Hey, thanks for watching another video. And this one, if you're watching on SNTR Gaming, use the timestamps below if you miss a live stream. And if you're watching this on SNTR Updates, this is another SNTR update. The drama surrounding Horizon Forbidden West and the PS5 upgrade is swirling. Cross-generational support was already criticized, but now confusion about the pricing has emerged because it seems as though you will not be able to upgrade from the PS4 to the PS5 for free or even for a small fee. Now, I've got a report here from The Verge on the pricing. We are waiting for clarification from Guerrilla or Sony, but at this time, it seems like there may have been misleading or even dishonest information about Horizon Forbidden West price point when going from PS4 to PS5. The Verge reported that to get both the PS4 and PS5 digital versions of Horizon Forbidden West in a single package, you have to buy the $79.99 Digital Deluxe Edition. Now, if you buy them separately, the PS4 version is $60 and the PS5 is $70. If later on down the line you want to switch to a PS5, you're going to have to re-buy the entire game. There will not be a $10 fee for upgrade, or as promised in a previous blog post, it's supposed to be free. Alright, so let's just open the video with the truth. Previous blog posts from Sony made assurances that Miles Morales, Sackboy, and Horizon Forbidden West would feature free PS5 upgrades. This pricing structure seems to be a complete betrayal of that promise. This means Sony needs to honor that claim and make this situation clear, because at the moment it's muddy and it even looks kind of crummy. This gets sticky because cross-generational support means this game is a cross-gen game and should, in my opinion, allow for a free upgrade or at least a $10 upgrade if the player chooses later on to get the game again, or in this case, just upgrade to a PS5. Let's talk about the challenge, though, in this situation. Launching upgraded versions of games for PS5 is tough because it does cost the developer more bandwidth and time. They have to spend more of their precious resources and man-hours working on those features. And they don't get much of an ROI if it's a free upgrade or, a $10 upgrade. It is, to many people, and in some case, and in some sense, a new version of the game, a new game. Sony pushing for allowing for cross-generational support is great because there's like 120 PlayStation 4s in circulation, but it gets blurry when a developer spends a lot of time and resources on upgrades, features, and benefits that you can only get on the PS5, and then to not charge for it or to charge almost nothing for it. So I get the challenge here, but that doesn't mean that things weren't stated previously that need to be honored. This is similar to the challenge and the debate surrounding the Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut and the optional extra $10 for all those PS5 features. If you wanted those features, you had to spend the extra money. And I defended that. I said, listen, it's optional. If you don't want those features, you don't have to spend the money. This situation is different because blog post prior to this pricing announcement indicated that this game specifically was going to have a free upgrade, or, in my mind, I thought it was going to be like $10 because I hadn't read the blog post. Lastly, let's just talk about the drama, okay? It's clear that the drama and the outrage surrounding this points to a community that does not want to buy a game a second time or be forced to pay extra ahead of time. Who's going to want to pay an extra $20 in the event that maybe they get a PS5 down the line? The scarcity of the PS5 makes this situation worse because in order for you to save money, the most economical choice is just to shell out an extra $20 and hope that one day you get your hands on a PS5. And even by then, are you going to want to replay the entire game? I agree with the idea that it is actually pretty lame to charge people an extra $20 just to snag, a combo version of it. Like, who's doing that? Who's buying combo versions of games? Now, sure, the extra $20 gets you a bunch of extra stuff because it's like a deluxe edition, but it feels like people are being forced to gamble on an experience that isn't even guaranteed, with the continued problems of getting PlayStation 5s in circulation. This is on Sony and Guerrilla to do the right thing by the community and the previous assurances they made and offer a free upgrade. So get in front of this, talk to the community, and make an announcement. it's likely that these prices are just pre-order prices. And if you buy the PlayStation 4 version, later on down the line, you'll install it on your PS5, it'll update, and it'll look beautiful. You'll get all the pretty things. If that's the case, then they need to specify that yesterday instead of letting these news outlets and these stories run wild with, yeah, they said it was going to be free and it's not going to be free. In fact, they're going to charge you more than the $10 price difference between the two versions. They're going to charge you $20. And they're going to make you do it before you can even play it on the PlayStation 5. You're basically just spending the money and, again, you're hoping one day to be able to play it. So if you're watching this video over on SNTR Updates, head over to SNTR Gaming where I do the live streams and where I record these. If you like these short update videos, remember to hit subscribe and the bell button. That way you don't miss the uploads. If you're in the live audience here on SNTR Gaming right now, the show is starting. I'll see you in just a second. So good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Thank you guys so much for being here. That's the lead story today, the Horizon Forbidden West, pricing drama, the upgrade drama. And we're going to start taking those recordings and putting those over on the SNTR Updates channel. And SNTR Presents is going to be getting gameplay and my stream with Hilly and premieres. So keeping your subscription over there, keeping your memberships over there is completely reasonable because that channel is going to continue to get updates and videos and streams and everything else. We only have one question in the queue right now. If you've got questions and opinions about this, use that question or that queue command and get those submitted. I'm anticipating some disagreement here because I was on the phone with Creature last night and he was like, this is totally fine, this is totally normal, other games have done this. And I was shocked. I was like, what do you mean other games have done this? Apparently NBA 2K and Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War did the exact same thing. They're like, no, yeah, you gotta spend a bunch of extra if you want to get this. Like, it's like, wait, what did you just say? Are you serious? Like, that seems insane to me. It really, really does. I ended up buying the Xbox One version of Cold War and had to dig through the store for 2 hours to find the $5 upgrade version, and I don't want to repeat that for HZD. Okay, so they did. Okay, so Creature was wrong about Cold War. He said NBA 2K did the same thing, but it sounds to me, like for the Cold War version, they just made it really, really hard for you to find the upgrade. It was a £5 upgrade for you. I don't know what that translates over here. If someone can throw up the steps for me, that would be appreciated. We don't know what's going on with Horizon Forbidden West. Horizon Zero Dawn, you don't have to spend anything. It downloads the update and then it just runs better. Yo, what's good, Feed? I see you in the chat. Love that t-shirt. Sony's getting greedy with the crazy update path. I know. If you like this t-shirt, you can get it over on 80s Tees. Be sure to use the shirt command and be sure to use code LONO whenever you guys shop over there. Also, if you get disc plates, whether you're watching the past broadcast, there's a link below in the description, or right now you can use the disc plate command. That supports me as well. These are metal posters that hang. You put like a magnet on the wall and it just hangs on the magnet. You can swap them out. They're really, really dope. What's good, Vasilios? Keep on keeping on. That is the plan, sir. That is the plan. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate everybody being in chat, smashing the like button. We don't have 100 likes yet, so we need to do that. Let's see. Horizon Forbidden West PS5 upgrade. Should it be free, right? Should it be free, yes or no? I'm curious, because should it cost $10? I'm going to put free, and then I'm going to put $10. That's what I'm curious. Should it be free or should it be $10? Because I don't think it should be $20 for this collector's thing or whatever. I think that's ridiculous. Like, you're forcing people to buy some weird combo version of the game. I mean, Here for a second day. Thank you, Edgar. I appreciate that. If you're new and you've recently subscribed and you dig this show and you've hit sub, I greatly appreciate that. We love seeing new names in the chat. Free great, 10 not bad, $20 ridiculous. At least when you buy the $20 version, you're getting a bunch of extra stuff, right? You are getting a bunch of extra stuff. It's not like they're just charging you $20 just to be a jerk. Like, you're buying you're buying the deluxe edition, you know? Just make it 70 across the board. That won't go over well. I don't know. To me, I'm okay with the difference in price between PS4 and PS5. I am totally fine with that. The developers are putting in more time for the PS5 version. It's more work, you know? I don't know. Sub count looks like it's going up. I was skeptical on the change, but SNTR Gaming just flows better. Well, yeah, and that other channel, I mean, we're probably going to make official announcements over the weekend, but that dude, that other channel, there, you talk about dead weight. There's 48,000 people over there, and what? Out of the 6,000 that are over here, I would say most of those are from that channel. So maybe 5,000 to 6,000 of 48,000 are even paying attention or give a crap. Like, that channel is bogged down with dead weight. Is there a difference in price? If there is a difference in price, there should never be a free upgrade. The only reason that this should be free, Eugene, is one simple reason. They said it was going to be free. Like, that's it. It's that simple. Like, you said this, you should probably honor it. You understand? Like, I'm not going to sit here and say, blank check, carte blanche, every time they do this, it needs to be free. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to take up that position. I'm only saying it should be free because you guys said it was going to be free. It's that simple. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think that's a good standard. I don't. I defended the extra money for the director's cut update, like the optional update for Ghost of Tsushima. And I defended that. I'm like, no. You should have to pay extra for extra stuff. You don't get extra stuff for free, okay? This ain't a charity. This is a business. Pay the money for the extra stuff or pack it up. Like, that's the way it is. In this situation, I would never say, oh, no. It should be free to upgrade to the PS5 version of Horizon Forbidden West. No. $10. $10. You get an upgrade and you get all the pretty stuff, all that extra work that they worked on. But in this case, they should just do it for free because that's what they said they were going to do, you know? Yeah, Creature just put in chat the wall that I was beating my head against yesterday, so now you guys get to beat your head on it. His logic here is astounding, okay? He and I do not see eye to eye on this. He said 1 game for 60 or 2 games for 80. That's a total win. I'm confused why this is even a debate, right? Okay, so you think getting the PS5 version is a second game? It's a new game? It's the same game. It's the same. When I went from my Xbox to my Xbox and I installed Lego Star Wars so me and my son could play, it was the same game, backwards compatibility, right? And Horizon Forbidden West is cross-generational, which means when I buy that game, I'm buying it for both systems. You know what I mean? I think people are reading into that quote. We have an upgrade path that is free equals the base game upgrade is free. Yeah, but Eugene, they haven't come out and clarified that. If they came out and said, look, if you buy the PS4 version, you're going to be able to upgrade to the PS5 for free. You're not going to have to pay extra. They're not saying that right now. They're not. They're literally saying, no, if you want the PS5 version and the PS4 version, you got to buy Digital Deluxe for $80, right? That quote is in an old blog, Eugene. The pricing released, and as far as everybody's looking at it, no clarification from Sony, no clarification from Gorilla. Nope. You don't get the PS5 version. You're going to be playing backwards compatible PS4. The PS5 version comes along with the PS4 version in the Digital Deluxe. There's a path for PS4 players to buy a version of the game that comes with the PS4 version. Where? I checked everywhere. I checked the articles. I checked Sony's website. We could not find that anywhere. It was PS5, Digital Deluxe, and then PS4. And when you clicked on the PS4 version, it said nothing about that. There was nothing in there about a free upgrade. There was nothing in there about, oh yeah, you also get the PS5 version. No, The Digital Deluxe, but that's not free. You're paying $80. You're paying an extra $20. The Digital Deluxe does come with it, but how are you going to say that's free? It's a free upgrade for $80. Yeah, it's a free upgrade for $20 extra. I'm going to open up a business and say, yeah, I'll rotate. If you get your oil change here, I'm going to rotate your tires for free. for $20. And people are like, what? No, yeah. If you buy the Supreme oil change, where I put some music on, that's a Supreme oil change. I had a little entertainment. Yeah, then I rotate your tires for free. So you're not rotating my tires for free. You're charging me $20 extra for your oil change deluxe, and the oil change deluxe comes with frilly nothing, and then I get the tire rotation for free. This is a cheesy upsell is what this is. You're cheesing me right now. Yeah, we'll throw a little confetti in the air, blow a little trumpet, and you get tire rotation for free. No, I don't. I just gave you an extra $20. I know this is off topic, but did you see what happened with Wish? Yeah, I can't believe that the Destiny community would have people doing blackmailed slander and personal attacks. When else have I seen a situation like that I'm not allowed to talk about? Man, oh man. It's unbelievable. What sucks is you have to pay $80 in the hopes of playing the PS5 version later if you don't have one. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Does not equal all paths. We have a path. I'm reading close. We have a path. No. We have a free path. Where's the free path, Eugene? Where is it? That's not a free path. Are you seriously reading that quote and saying, oh no, yeah, they have a free path. You buy the digital deluxe. What? That's not free. Free is free. $0. There's no way. This is as what Big Mouth Strike is saying. He and I don't see eye to eye on a lot of topics. This is so tone deaf. Don't come on and tell me that's a free path. That's not free. That's an extra $20. We have an upgrade path for PS4 users to get the PS5 version for free, but that's not free. You are making me buy the digital. You're buying the digital deluxe. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. The quote literally makes it sound like this is not entitled gamers over-interpreting a quote. The quotation taken at face value sounds like, if you buy these games as PS4 games, you will get a free upgrade. That's how it reads. Nobody read that and thought, oh, I will likely have to buy something in order to get that free upgrade, because then it's not free. We'll upgrade your burrito to a meal for free. Oh, really? That's awesome. Yeah, it'll be an extra $2 though. What? That's not free then. That isn't free. Semantics, every businessman knows this, but why would you defend this? You're defending a company setting a false expectation and then being like, what? What's the big problem? I don't understand. Wait, what do you mean? Well, we said it was going to be free and it's an extra $20. And yeah, I mean, we don't care. So 120,000 PlayStation 4 owners are gambling. They're gambling. Well, I wasn't interested in the digital deluxe, but that's the most economical way to upgrade to the PS5 if I ever get a PS5. Are you angry about the wording or not getting the update for free because there's a difference? I'm angry that another company is setting a bad precedent by misleading consumers. What this does is it just pours gas on the fire of entitled gamer rage. Entitled gamer rage is bad. It was bad when people got angry about the $10 extra for Ghost of Tsushima. It was bad when people acted like, how dare you charge that money, okay? That fire is unhelpful. It's toxic, it's destructive, it's bad for the industry. I think people that were unwilling to spend $10 for extra features that a developer worked on, I think those people are out of their head, okay? And when something like this happens, you're adding fire to their fury. Their fury. They're so angry, everything should be given to them. And you walk out and say, we're going to have a free upgrade path, and it costs $20. That's a freaking punchline. That's a joke. That's a joke. What do you mean? That sounds like a bit. It sounds like I'm watching some comedy sketch. Yes, sir. Welcome to the shop, sir. That's right. Yes, we have shoes right here. Yes. $50 for these shoes. We'll upgrade them. We will upgrade them to a shinier, better edition with better laces, and it only costs $20. It's a free upgrade. Wait, it's a free upgrade? Yes, that's right. It's a free upgrade, and when you do that, we throw in a little extra confetti and little packing peanuts, and yes, that costs $20 for those packing peanuts and the confetti, but when you spend the $20 on the packing peanuts and the confetti, we upgrade the shoes for free. That's not free. It's a cheesy, scummy upsell. It is a salesman on a street corner selling a watch. It's a joke. It's a joke. What are they saying here? Can I upgrade? Right here. Can I upgrade my Horizon Forbidden West PS4 version to the PS5 version? To access both the PS4 and PS5 versions of Horizon Forbidden West, you need to purchase the Digital Deluxe Collectors or Regala editions. So that sentence literally says it ain't free. The answer to the question, how do I upgrade my PS4 version of Horizon Forbidden West to the PS5 version? I was told it would be free. Yeah. All you gotta do is purchase. Wait. Purchase? I thought it was free. It's a joke. This is like a comedy sketch of the misleading salesman. That's why I'm angry about this. I'm not angry about this because I think Sony has been dishonest. I think Sony has had their quotations combed over about we believe in generations. They've had one trailer where there was like a Forza watermark and everybody lost their mind about that, and then the $10 for Ghost of Tsushima. Right? I actually was irritated with the gaming community when all that was going on. It was like, this is so freaking stupid. You guys don't know how to read. You don't know what an antecedent is. You don't know how to grammatically break down a sentence. But in this situation, absolutely not. Absolutely not. No. They in the most literal sense made it sound like going from PS4 PS5 would be totally free upgrade. When I read the sentence, I was shocked. I was like, I would at least think you would charge $10. It's not free. It isn't. Like, I suppose you could say we throw in free breadsticks anytime you buy a drink and a burger combo. Burger by itself, it's $5. Burger combo is $7, and we'll throw in breadsticks for free. And you're like, oh, well, the breadsticks aren't really free though. I have to buy the combo. You see what I'm saying? It's a cheesy upsell. It isn't free. We just know that the word free is like, it's like a bug lamp, right? We're like, free? Like, we're all attracted to the word free. It's like, yeah, we throw in free breadsticks. All you have to do is buy a drink. Then the breadsticks aren't free. You're just playing a frickin' shell game with my psychology. That's all you're doing. Yeah, it's free. Sugar. You just have to buy a drink. Well, but then it isn't free. You're claiming that it's free and it's complimentary, but it's not. You might as well just dunk the breadstick in the drink and call it a day. You're paying for both. You are paying for both. Yeah, pay double the price for a bag of coffee and we'll throw in a free bag. Yeah, right now, you can get a free bag of Rageless Roast. All you have to do is pay for 2 bags, and I'll throw in a second bag for free. So you go, you buy 2, you pay $30, and I'll throw in a free bag. Usually they're only $15, but if you buy this deluxe edition coffee bag for $30, then I'm gonna scribble my name on it. I'll throw in a free bag of coffee. That's the most bogus nonsense I have ever heard of. We're throwing in digital artwork and crap that they already have that. That didn't cost them anything. Yeah. We went to the art department. We said, hey, Dave. Yeah? Where's all that concept art? Oh, it's right here on this thumb drive. Yeah, here you go. Digital Deluxe. Extra $20, and that's what we'll throw in the upgrade to PS5 for free. Get the frick out of here. You shouldn't be defending this. Nobody should be defending this. By the way, you should order some coffee, though. Coffee Command, RagelessRoast.com. It's delicious. The balance acidity makes it incredibly drinkable, from black to creamer, to sugar, whatever you like to put in it. People do cold brew with it. It's fantastic. We need at least 3 coffee orders a day. And with my little sales pitch that I just did, I really think you guys should order a bunch. All right. I think that was a fantastic pitch. Okay. So what's the point of what's the question? I want to see this quotation from Paul. What's Paul saying? Excuse me. I got to scroll so far up. How far up is that quote? Jiminy Christmas. So what's the point? How do I go to that quote? I hate Discord. Why can't I just click on the quote? So what's the point of having both versions? Yeah, that's what kills me. That's what kills me. It's like, oh, no. We can give you the PS5 upgrade for free. It's right here. It's right here. See it? Look at that. Look at that. It's right there. Yeah, we can give it to you for free. No. Not so fast. Don't be so greedy. You have to buy the digital deluxe edition. See it? Look at that. Look at that. Smell that? Yeah, that cinematic lighting. Whoo, frame rate. Wow. Waft that in your face. Yeah. It's free. It's totally free, dude. We just give it to you. Buy the digital deluxe edition or shut the frick up. Will you be scribbling your name on the deluxe edition? I swear to frick, I'm gonna do this as a meme. I'm gonna do this as a dadgum meme. We're gonna sell $30 bags of coffees. We're gonna call them deluxe, and when you order them, you get a second bag for free. And I'm gonna scribble my name on the bag. Like that. I swear to frick, I'm gonna do it as a meme. Yeah, we should do a fricking commercial. Meme the absolute frick out of this. I'll do a little commercial for Twitter. How you doing? RagelessRoast.com is where you can buy all Rageless Roast products, and we've introduced a brand new deluxe edition of the Rageless Roast. All we're going to do is write my name on the bag, and that makes it, in our mind, worth double the price. But there's more. When you buy the deluxe edition of the Rageless Roast that I have merely scribbled on, for twice the price, we'll throw in a free second bag. Now, why would you do this? It's the cost of 2 bags of coffee, and that's ultimately all you're getting. We don't really have an answer, but free is a buzzword, and this bag is free. Order today at RagelessRoast.com. Ship it! Ship it. I'm a millionaire. I'm a millionaire in a week. Right? I'm a millionaire. Let's do it. Let's ship that, and I'll be living on a yacht in a couple of months. Because that's all you gotta do, man. That's all you gotta do. I'll just scribble on it. Yeah, it took no effort. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love these digital deluxe. Like, we're gonna give you the artwork. What do you mean you're gonna give me the artwork? You already have it. You made it. That's like telling me it's like my kid making paper mache and sweeping up the scraps from the floor and be like, all of this on the floor is for you. Like, what is that? That's not that. That's just because you made paper mache. You're gonna have artwork. Watches Lono write down the start times. That's right. That's right. That's right. Just go to Google Images, here your artwork. Well, they don't release it. They give you like music and artwork and stuff, and I'm like, come on, $20 for that? Like, whatever. The only reason they do that, I'm gonna let you in a little secret, is because there are people who literally just buy the top. They're like, well, I want everything. FOMO, right? They're like, I don't want to miss out on anything. I want everything. I want all the little frills, the bells and whistles, the wallpapers, all of it. Just give it to me. And they get that extra $20 for almost no effort. Like, come on. You know consumers like this. You've got friends like this. You might even be like this. I am like this. I'm like, okay, this one's 60. This one's 80. What do I get? Well, I don't really care. I don't want to miss out on anything. And I just buy it, right? Did you pre-order? No, I've not pre-ordered. I'm waiting for them to come out and do right by the community. Don't freaking tell me your free upgrade path is $20. That is a dadgum punchline. That's a skit. That's a sitcom episode. You know, that's a sitcom episode. We offer free upgrades. We offer free, paths. I love that. We have free upgrade paths. What's this path gonna cost me? Oh, $20. We have a shop one in the front of the line. Radical submitted a question. What has to happen for the powers to be to flip the switch and make Horizon Forbidden West upgrade path free? I don't know. I don't know. Somebody somewhere's got to be saying, this is probably not going to go over that well. Don't you think it'd be better to have 120 million circulation PS4s really satisfied and confident in their purchase of this game for $60, knowing that one day in the future, if they happen upon a PlayStation 5, they'll get an upgrade for free? Don't you see how dumb this is? Stack up the stupidity. Just stack it up like a Jenga style. Just how stupid this is, right? You can't even get a PS5 right now. Oh, don't worry. While you wait for PS5s to hit higher levels of production, you can buy the Digital Deluxe Edition of Horizon Forbidden West, and we throw in the PS5 version for free. Costs you $20 extra, just in case you ever get a PS5. The hopes of getting a PS5 right now, you're supposed to say, oh, I might get one, so I guess I spend the extra $20 because it's more economical. What if it takes me a year to get a PS5? That's stupid. I might as well buy the $60 version of Horizon Forbidden West, play it, beat it, set it on a shelf. It's so dumb. If PS5s right now were sitting in the store and you could go buy one and you were not in a position to buy one, okay? And you were buying Horizon Forbidden West at the $60. And you were like, I don't want to buy the Digital Deluxe for the extra $20, and I certainly don't want to buy the PS5 version later at full price, but this is where I am, this is what I'm doing. At least in that scenario, you could say, well, it's the consumer's choice. You could wait to buy the game until you have a PS5. You could, or you can buy it now and play on your PS4. But you can't even get them. You can't even get them. It adds insult to injury. It's like, man, I would love a PS5 right now. My friend's playing Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut. He's replaying Horizon Zero Dawn with a 60 FPS update, a free update, and I just can't get one. Have no fear. Price gouging is here. We'll charge you an extra $20 just in case you ever get one. What? What do you mean? Why? What if I never get one? What if it takes me a year and a half to get one? By then, you got to hold an extra $20 for nothing. Don't you see? The impetus for the purchase is not the Digital Deluxe. It's the upgrade. In the consumer's mind, the perception of the consumer is, I am paying for an upgrade that was supposed to be free. You can spin this like a top all you want and be like, but you're buying the Digital Deluxe Edition, Lono. Not because they want it. In the food analogy, yeah, we'll give you a free drink as long as you buy a mushroom salad. I don't want a mushroom salad. Well, the drink is free, though, if you do that. If not, you got to buy the drink separate, and then the drink costs as much as the sandwich. What the frick? A $5 sandwich and a $5 drink. But I can spend $1 on a mushroom salad and you're just going to throw in the drink? Sure, I guess. I'm not buying the mushroom salad because I want it. It's because, the most economical decision that you're putting me in a position of choosing between the risk of rebuying it at full price or having it just in case. I guess I'll take it. Do you see? The motivation of the purchase, the impetus, the hinge that's turning here is, I need that upgrade. I don't give a rip about your artwork or your music. I don't care about that crap. I wasn't going to buy this. I'm only buying your mushroom salad. I'm only buying your Digital Deluxe because that's the only way to get it. That's the most economical way for me to buy this game if I ever want to play it again on the PS5. You think all the people that see this path to free upgrade, they're like, oh man, thank goodness. I was really hoping to spend an extra $20 on this video game, especially right now because I don't even have a PS5. You know, you might as well have a little bit more of my money. I guarantee there'll be a way to upgrade without buying the digital deluxe. You guarantee that? Right now, the official answer is no. They literally have a FAQ about it. Frequently asked questions. They're like, nope, gotta buy digital deluxe. Yo, good morning, Mo. If you guys are new, this is what we do. We get fired up, we debate, we talk. It's like video game radio. I am safe for work, even though I can get loud. You don't have to worry about the language I'm going to use. Be sure to hit subscribe so you can talk in the chat. We are doing the live shows over here, but SNTR Presents is still getting content. So please continue to support both channels with your subscription. We will be doing a premiere of Surgeon Simulator 2 over there, and Hilly and I will be playing it tonight as well. And I premiered my YouTube gaming video this morning about Tim the Tapman over there. Can Lono see my comments? Yeah, I can see you, Die. I was in full rant mode, so if you're like, man, Lono's not really responding to me, I was in full rant mode. I wasn't really reading anybody's stuff. Truly, humanity made progress. If we all care, why an extra 20 on a game price and where I can get a PS5? Tell me if you struggle. No offense talking to myself. I'm not sure what your point is. That sounds like a meandering, like, condescending comment. Like, people shouldn't care about this. We should just give them extra money just because. Like, no. They have no choice. If there's a change, they probably refund everyone. I don't know. They said it would be free in a blog post. You can't tell me it's free when the only way to get it is for me to spend extra money. That, by definition, ain't free. Well, we're throwing it in. Yeah, it's a Soundwave tee. This is from 80s Tees. Guys, please remember, if you use the shirt command to use code LONO, we have fallen way down on 80s Tees code usage. It's likely because viewership plummeted the last 2 months. Over on the other channel. So we're hoping that coming over here, get a little bit more exposure, meet some new folks. Maybe they'll use the code. Maybe they'll use the display command. Maybe you'll order coffee. Whatever it is, it all supports me. It all supports my family. So thank you for doing that. This is directly from there. Every time I'm sitting in this chair, I'm wearing a shirt from 80s Tees. Their collection is incredible. Comics, Star Wars, Marvel, movies, shows, all of it. What do you know about Soundwave? I know that growing up, the toy had an actual cassette tape that you could put in him. It was a physical cassette tape you could put in him, and friends of my mom had it, and we would go over and play with the toys. I mean, what do you mean, what do I know about Soundwave? I was born in 81. Are you going to attempt to compete with me, like in that regard? I was born in 81, homie. Like, there are some things I didn't run with. There's some cartoons and stuff I didn't run with. We weren't allowed to watch certain stuff. But for the most part, I'm going to be well aware of things from that era. Got a nice discount code. Got a nice discount using code LONO on Displate. Wait, code LONO doesn't do anything. You have to use the link. I don't have a code on Displate. You have to use the Displate link in the description or in the or the command. I don't think I have a code over there. I would love it if I had a code, but you have to use my affiliate link. Gatekeeping Transformers, yeah. No, Lono. Just reminding myself all is fine. I agree with you. Using free in Sony is just a scam. What did you thought of the HDD PS5 upgrade? I'm here to tell you that I'm irritated with them. I am. I'm not even irritated with them because of what they're doing. It's because they're giving ammunition to the worst people. The worst people. The worst gamers out there are the ones that dispute every little nickel, every little dime. They act like everything that gets charged for, right? Yeah, the link basically applies a discount, so you're kind of right, Yixels. Like, those kind of gamers are the worst. They're the worst. I've had to debate them for 6 years. Every time certain subjects come up, I got to hear from entitled video game Karens. And it's exhausting, right? And in this situation, I'm like, dadgummit. I got to walk over there and I got to stand with a bunch of video game Karens and say, I agree with them. Right? I don't want to do that. You're giving ammunition to the worst gamers. And it's kind of scummy. Like, what is this? What are we doing here? Wow, I just don't understand. How is this different from Ghost of Tsushima costing extra $10 for the PS5 version? No. Ghost of Tsushima costing extra $10 for the PS5 version was an expectation that was set. That's not a problem. I am here for this. I am in support of that. When a company spends more time on a game and a version that you're playing that comes with all these extra things, $10 extra is totally fine. I talked about that this morning. It's a really challenging situation because you apparently want developers to spend extra time on a PS4 game, because that's what these games are, right? Ghost of Tsushima is a PS4 game. It launched on PS4. There was no PS5. They go in and spend all this extra time to give you a PS5 version. Yeah, that should cost money. Like, what? They also threw in Legends for free. They're throwing in Rivals for free, right? That's totally fine. They didn't have to do that. They could have been like, no, it's backwards compatible. Deal with it. Like, that's the game. We launched it on PS4. I think if a developer spends time making something, it should cost money in some fashion. There's got to be some way to charge for it. That's not what this situation is. This situation is different because they set the expectation that Miles Morales, Sackboy, and Horizon Forbidden West would have free upgrade paths to the PS5. They set the expectation, right? Excluse Enra, thank you so much for becoming a member. Enjoy your joystick. Thank you so much. The blog post does say launch games, so that might be out there. Horizon Forbidden West is not coming out at launch. Just because the game didn't land when they originally planned doesn't mean you suddenly get to walk back that claim. They never said those specific games. Yes, they did, Sean. There is a Sony blog post. They specifically list those games. Homie, you know me. I do not go off half-cocked. I did my research. I read the blog post. It specifically lists those 3 games. Spider-Man Miles Morales, Sackboy, and Horizon Forbidden West. They said these games will come with a free upgrade path to PS5. And now they're claiming, well, it is free, but you have to buy the Digital Deluxe Edition. We're throwing it in free with that. That's not free. That's not free. You're charging me money for that. You can tell me that it's free, but it's not free. That's the problem, Sean. That's the issue. If that blog post would have said the development time, the blah blah blah, there'll be a $10 upgrade fee because we want to give you your game, but the pricing structure on these platforms is going to be different. If they would have set the expectation that it was going to cost $10, we wouldn't have a conversation. We wouldn't even have a topic this morning. There's no gaming news out there right now. I read the post. They mentioned the games, but the thing about free upgrade was a separate sentence. It's in the same paragraph, Sean. The way that I'm reading it. You got to be kidding me, my man. You got to be kidding me. All right. We're right back to needing to remember what an antecedent is, okay? An antecedent is a word that future words refer back to, okay? So, this is what it says, okay? So, they set the tone and the context. It's an entire paragraph, right? It's a paragraph, and this is the context of the paragraph. Additionally, we know that the PS4 community will transition to PS5 at different times, and we're happy to announce PS4 versions of some of our exclusives. Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales, Sackboy A Big Adventure, and Horizon Forbidden West will also launch on the PS4. While these 3 games were designed to take advantage of the PS5 and its unique next-gen features like the ultra-high-speed SSD and the DualSense controller, PS4 owners will also be able to enjoy these experiences when they launch. The PS4 digital versions of launch games include a free upgrade on both PS5 consoles, while the PS4 disc versions of these games include a free upgrade on the PS5 with Ultra HD Blu-ray disc drive. Like, come on. Well, Horizon Forbidden West wasn't a launch title. No. You had to delay the game. That's not the consumer's fault. You delaying the game has nothing to do with this assurance. You gave people assurances that these 3 titles would get that treatment. You want to go back and be like, but it says launch games, and this thing got delayed, so it's no longer a launch game. Oh, so if this game would have been available when the PS5 came out, how is that any different to a PS4 owner? How? What difference does it make to them? Well, it launched on the PS5, so you get a free upgrade. Well, it's launching a year later, so it's not a free upgrade anymore. It's $20. What? Just because it got delayed doesn't negate this paragraph. This is lunacy. This is lunacy right now. Some of the smartest people I know are defending this. Come on! I know you love your PlayStation 5 and your Ghost of Tsushima, but this is stupid. This is garden variety stupid. They can give you the upgrade for free because they're baking it into the digital deluxe. Why are you charging money for it? Why? Circumstances changing don't change things. Circumstances changing, like, let's say they said when Horizon Forbidden West launches with the PS5 as a launch title, it's going to have, it's going to have wallpapers and this and that right there on your home screen. And when it doesn't launch and that doesn't happen, you can't be like, well, where's my wallpapers? Like, what? Well, it's not a launch title anymore. We're not featuring it in that way, right? That's not what this is. You got to do some next level mental gymnastics to act like this is fine. It's blowing my mind, Wheeze. It is blowing my mind that people are like, no, yeah, this is totally fine. Yeah, the game got delayed, so they no longer have to give people the free upgrade. Yeah, the consumer doesn't get that promise anymore because the game got delayed. That's not on the consumer. The consumer doesn't care that, it's no longer a launch title, so now those promises don't apply. No, you said that digital versions, like if you buy this game, listen, the spirit of the promise is very, very clear. Go back to the beginning of the paragraph. What is the stage? They set the stage. We know the PS4 community will transition to PS5 at different times, and we are happy to announce PS4 versions of some of our exclusives. That's the context. That's the stage. Miles Morales, Sackboy, Horizon Forbidden West. These are PS5. These are exclusive. They're coming to the PS4. You'll be able to buy it. And don't worry, you'll be able to buy it in confidence because we'll give you a free upgrade to the PS5. That is the context of the statement. That is the consumer assurance they are backtracking on now and betraying. You will never win this argument with me. That is exactly why they're saying that. The entire impetus, the entire intention of what they are saying is, look, we know people are going to switch from the PS4 to the PS5 at different times. If you buy these games, you can buy them in confidence. We're going to give you a free upgrade. And then Horizon Forbidden West enters the picture and is like, well, yeah, but it's not a launch title anymore. So you gotta buy this digital deluxe edition for an extra $20. That isn't free. You said it was gonna be free. You told me that, hey, you're gonna switch from one system to another at different times. Don't worry. These 3 titles, yeah, they get free upgrades. That's what you told me. The context, too, is the game was going to release in a few months. But how does that change the fact that they're talking to consumers about switching from PS4 to PS5? That's the context. Horizon Forbidden West getting delayed does not change the context of the promise. The context of the promise is people will switch from PS4 to PS5 at different times. And You don't have to worry when it comes to these titles. That's the promise. Just because Horizon Forbidden West gets delayed doesn't suddenly mean you can't rip it out of this paragraph now. That's what they were saying. The spirit of this is very simple. We have 120 million customers, and not all of them are going to be able to switch to PS5s immediately. Not to mention, add insult to injury, you can't even get them right now. It's not like they're sitting on the shelf and people are like, nah, I don't want one, and I'm just going to wait. Oh, I'm going to buy it and be mad. No, they're not even available. The intention of this was to say, this is a transitionary period. People are going to transition from PS4 to PS5. And right now, as a PS4 consumer, you can buy these games in confidence. That's why it's wrong. You're creating a sense of safety and security and like, oh, okay, well, I can't get a PS5 for a while, but that's okay. I can buy these games, and Sony's going to honor that and say, hey, you'll get a free upgrade down the line. Now they're going to come back around and be like, well, Horizon Forbidden West got delayed, so we're not going to give it to you for free anymore. What the frick does that have to do with the consumer? What does it have to do with me? I didn't delay the game. It wasn't me. It doesn't even have to be free. It could have been a $10 upgrade. Instead, you either buy an $80 version when you have a PS5 or you buy a second copy. It's BS. Right. Like, don't you see the lunacy of this? Like, you got to buy the $80 version for something that you can't even use. You can't even use it. It's not like you're spending that extra money and they're shipping you a PS5. Like, no, you're spending an extra 20 and you're like, maybe one day I'll get to cash in on this. Maybe one day. Who knows? I just gave Sony an extra $20 for artwork and 2 outfits. Come on. I'm getting hot. The office is getting warm. Oh, my word. No, this is lunacy. This is lunacy. Devil's advocate, the game got delayed, and what if PS5 will be getting exclusive features the PS4 can't? It already has exclusive features that the PS4 can't do. What do you mean? What do you mean? When they show the trailers, they talked about this. It's got cinematic lighting. There's lunacy expecting a $70 product for $60. Not when you told me you were going to give it to me for that much, Eugene. No. I already said, Eugene, if this blog post outlined the pricing structure differences between the two and that people would have to spend an extra $10 later on down the line, that'd have been totally fine. But that's not what they did. They played this song and dance of consumer confidence. Don't worry. We know people switch at different times. And they said, free. It's going to be free on these ones. If they would have said the opposite and like, no, it's different pricing structure. There's more development time that goes into these games and these versions. It's an extra 10 to upgrade. There's lunacy paying 70 for a game. Oh, I completely disagree with you. I think games right now, their value, especially if they're good and complete, games like God of War, games like Horizon Zero Dawn, they're like $80 to $100 in value. They have not kept up with inflation. Completely disagree with that. The production time, the budgets, the publishing, all the work that goes into these, no. Game prices have not frickin' moved. I bought Super Nintendo games for $50 and $60. That's a frickin' joke. You think Mario Kart on the Super Nintendo is in the same hemisphere as God of War? No. Come on. God of War, you walk 20 feet, and that's everything that's in a Super Nintendo game. Like, you boot up the game and spin Kratos around, and that's the amount of content contained in a Mario Kart Super Nintendo game. But it's the same price. Come on, man. No. You bought Super Nintendo games for $100? Would you buy them from your neighbor? Why would you spend that much? I thought they were like 50 or 60 bucks back then. There you go, D-Tom. Love the dark roast. Having it black is just fine. This will be a back order from now on. Thank you very much, D-Tom. Another testimony about the Rageless Roast dark roast. You can drink it black. Thank you so much. I got to open the office door. I'm hot. Hang on one second. We got to get the air moving. Oh, man. Whew. 10 spot from Sorcerer. Just got my red badge on Presents. Love the content you put out every day. Keep up the awesome work. Here's another year of support. Sorcerer, I appreciate that. There'll be streams tonight, premieres. Your badge can still have a place to show off. Thank you so much. And Sean, I missed Sean's $10 tip. Sean, my man Sean says, again, I'm not defending them. I'm just saying, what do you expect? A business can either give up money or honor a promise or not, or make more money, and legally they can get away with it. Why are you surprised? I'm not surprised. I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed. You know? To be clear, Eugene isn't getting you ready for a TV. That was good. That's very, very good. That's very, very good. If you guys are new, please be sure to hit subscribe. That is totally free to subscribe. We do a talk show here Monday through Friday. We do gameplay in the afternoons. We will be checking out Ghost of Tsushima Rivals. Thank you guys so much for being here. Another big turnout. Smash the like button. Give us another like rollover. And if you want to support me directly with a tip, super chat, coffee order, shirt command, display command, we appreciate everybody that does that as well. What's good, 30? I don't have an issue with them trying to make more money. I have an issue with the marketing as free. That's just completely dishonest. Right. There's a difference between a company trying to make more money. You and I both know that the Digital Deluxe Edition is a total scam, right? Like, let's just press pause here. It's a scam, okay? You get like a couple outfits and some digital artwork. We all know that in the grand scheme of things, it's like $60 for an entire game. And they're like, and for a third of that cost, another $20, we'll give you a couple outfits and some artwork. You're like, what the frick? What? $20 extra? I should be getting a DLC for Pete's sakes, right? We all know it's a scam, but the consumer is educated. The consumer sees everything they're getting, and they get to make that judgment call. The consumer gets to decide whether or not it's in demand, right? Do I care about some extra clothing for Aloy? There's probably better stuff in the game anyway, right? So, the consumer gets to decide in that situation. But in this situation, they don't get to decide. They were told, well, yeah, it'll be free. And now they've been like, well, yeah, it's free if you spend an extra $20. And I'm like, well, how do you say that sentence with a straight face? They gave me an entire game for that $20, but it's not an entire game, creature. You know that's just so disingenuous. It's the same game. It's the same missions. I have the same save point. It's just prettier. When I play a game on my laptop, right, and then I go install a game on my really nice gaming rig, and it looks prettier and better, and the lighting's awesome, and the ray tracing works, is it a different game, or is it the same game? You want to get philosophical here. Like, it's not a new game. That's so not accurate. It's the same game. I am okay with saying, hey, Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut, completely optional over here for $10 if you want 3D audio, if you want the Japanese overdub, the lip sync thing that we fixed. And there was at least 2 other things. If you want this, it's totally optional. It's $10. They didn't shove that down everyone's throat like, yeah, it's $10 higher than we originally said because we just throwing this stuff in. No, they made it optional, right? They made it optional. Like, that's how it should be. And in this situation, it could have been optional. It could have been optional. It could have been optional. But they didn't even do that. They said, no, it's going to be free. They didn't even come out and say, oh, it'll cost more. We haven't determined what the cost will be, or, oh, it'll cost 10. They didn't say any of that. They said literally the exact opposite. They said, no, it'll be a free upgrade path. It is optional. You don't have to buy it. No. I think you're misunderstanding. I'm seeing a categorical difference between saying it's the same game. Ghost of Tsushima here, Ghost of Tsushima there. It's the same game. The upgrade to PS5 is like, what, $10? Now, over here is all this extra stuff we did for PS5. And if you want it, it's $10. But it's literally like extra additive stuff. In Horizon Forbidden West situation, it's completely different because they came out and said, listen, this, along with these other games, you can buy them in confidence because whenever you finally upgrade to a PS5, you'll be able to upgrade for free. That's what they said. Now they're saying, well, no, if you want that, you got to spend an extra $20. That's not optional. That's passively coercive. Wait, what? I don't even get the base game upgraded for free? Why? I don't understand. Anybody who read that post or heard that and is like, yeah, dude, you can get it. No worries. Yeah, they said we'd be able to upgrade for free. All those consumers are now operating under a false impression. You want the PS5 version, you spend $70. Right, and Eugene, again, why wouldn't they have just said that? They said the opposite. Listen, this is why I'm frustrated. I am 100% okay with them saying the PS5 version is a different version of the game. They put more time into it. There was more development hours. There was probably an entire department that made sure the cinematic lighting worked in Horizon Forbidden West. I'm totally fine with that. Then just do it. Just tell people, listen, the time that goes into these games, the love and the care, the extra development hours, we wanted to honor the upgrade power and the prestige of the PS5, and that's going to cost extra because the developers did this in addition to building the base game. So the base game $60, the PS5 version $70. Just frickin' say that and then just do it. I bought the $60 version. No problem. We're going to install it on your PS5. But if you'd like to upgrade and get all those cool new things, that'd be $10. That'd be $10. I have zero problem with that. It's a value transmission. The consumer has been informed. Fair. Supply and demand. The consumer can decide whether or not that $10 is worth it. What I'm not okay with is saying, hey, we know people are going to switch at different times, and these particular titles, we're going to make them available on the PS4. Because I think in a lot of people's mind, it was like Spider-Man Miles Morales and Horizon Forbidden West. A lot of people thought, I'm not going to be able to get that game unless I have a PS5. And they're like, we're going to make those available to you. They were originally designed for these systems. We wanted to tap into the power. We're going to make them available to you, okay? And don't worry. If you buy them, you can upgrade to the PS5 version for free. You can't come back around and do linguistic gymnastics to be like, well, it said launch titles, and now since it's not a launch title, that promise no longer holds weight. That's not doing right by the consumer. That is the opposite of a goodwill gesture. That to me is just slimy. That's just slimy. It's like, wait a minute. This was a big deal. People were worried. There were shortages. It's an expensive purchase. And you knew you had 100 at the time. It was like 118 million, 116 million customers that were like, what's this transition period going to look like? I'll tell you what it's going to look like. We're going to do right by you. We've made some of the most amazing exclusive titles available to you, and you can buy them in confidence. Why? Because you'll get a free upgrade later. Somebody comes and whispers in his ear. Oh, what's that? Oh, Horizon Forbidden West has been delayed, so it's going to be $20 now. Wait, what? That's not that. Why do I suddenly have to pay money because you delayed the game? It doesn't make any sense. Coming from mostly PC gaming, it feels weird hearing pay $10 extra to unlock high graphics setting. Here's the thing, Captain Helmet. I can appreciate what you're saying, but it's vastly different, and I'll explain to you why it's vastly different. When you develop a PC game, you create a game that operates in an engine with spectrum. So there's a spectrum of texture fidelity, resolution, lighting, etc. Okay? And they build that. All right? And then they build the game in that world. So you're on your 2080 Ti or somebody's on a 1060, you're having vastly different experiences. That's not the same as saying, hey, you're building this game with existing assets and existing things and blah, 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 and it's going to run on PS4. You're going to need an entire department to work on haptic feedback. You're going to need an entire department to work on 3D audio. You're going to need an entire department to work on cinematic lighting during gameplay instead of just during cutscenes. Okay? Now they're going in and they're now they are, what's the word? I want to say handcrafting, but that's not the right word. They are, my freaking vocabulary's locking up on me. They are, I want to say collating, but that's not right either. They're custom, it's like a custom build. It's like a custom build, right? They're going in and saying, we're doing this specifically for this platform. It's a special thing. It's all this extra stuff, right? They're tuning it. No, that's not, my brain can't, curating, I can't think of the word. It's like when you buy a special edition of something, right? Like the side of the sneaker has like something special stitched into it. So the base sneaker, sure. Tailor-made. That's it. Thank you. It's tailor-made. It's not just the sneaker. It's tailor-made. They took it back. They had some guy come in, he put the glasses on the tip of his nose, and he stitched, Michael Jordan's name into it. And then he put a 1. He fixes his glasses. Next one. Does it again, right? It's tailor-made. That costs extra. And all this stuff on the PS5, it's tailor-made. It's extra work. They're crafting it in a way to be like, it's better over here. It's not, you have the base game, you have the base model, everything that they build, and then they hand it off to these guys over here, like, you gotta do all this extra stuff. That's why I'm okay with it. There was literally a team of people who went and fixed the lip sync for Japanese in Ghost of Tsushima. Thank you, because the Japanese voice acting is exactly how that game should be experienced. And now it doesn't look like some weird movie where the lip sync, it's like the opposite of what you expect. You expect the lips to not line up with an English overdub, right? Like when you're watching an old Godzilla movie. And it's like the opposite. It's like, wait, they're speaking Japanese and it doesn't line up. I agree with you on all of this. I'm just saying it feels weird when I hear it. Like there's a second of, wait, what? Before it clicks. I could probably... What if they did something like this, Captain Helmet? What if a really popular game, let's say like the Elder Scrolls Online, said, hey, we have been working on a high-resolution texture pack and lighting effect update. It's completely optional, but everybody who owns a 3060, okay, if you want, you can buy this pack for $10, and it'll go through, and all the textures will be triple in resolution, and the lighting, and it's totally optional. We've been working on it. We think it's really special. We worked hand in hand with NVIDIA to really harness the power of the 3060. I'd have no problem with that. They decided to make something and sell it. That's business 101. Hey, we took the time to make this remote for your television, and you already bought the Samsung. You already have one remote, but this remote, you see, we went in and we handcrafted all these buttons to be interactive and tactile, so you don't have to look down. You know where the Netflix play buttons are. They actually pulse while Netflix is playing. It's completely interactive, and it is $150. People are like, this is the stupidest thing. Why would I do that? I already bought the TV. The remote works fine. Then this isn't for you. it's not for you. The texture pack that I just imagined for like another game. They go in, they handcraft it. It's tailor made to make your experience better. And if you want it, it costs money. That's what I'm so frustrated by in this situation. Gamers continue to forget this is a business, right? This is a business. And the idea that, like, if they go and work on something, build something, craft something, make something, I shouldn't have to pay for that. We need to get that out of the gaming zeitgeist, the cultural mindset. Just get that the frick out of here. And this situation with the Horizon Forbidden West, ironically and infuriatingly enough, it reinforces that mentality. This is ridiculous. Everything should be free. You're making that monster bigger. And you know what? This is one of those times where they're right. Don't you hate it when somebody you really don't like and disagree with makes a really good point? Don't you hate that? Like, there's a celebrity, or maybe there's a political talking head, or like a TV host, and you just can't stand them, and you disagree with them on everything. And then you see a clip and they're like, "Ah, man, they're right. That's such a good point." And you hate it. You're like, man, they can never be right. In this situation, that's what's happening. It's like you're giving ammunition to the worst of the worst, the most entitled, most whiny, most awful gamers. And you're making them, they're right. This is garbage. I finally got a big enough mug for the dark roast. There you go. There you go. No, they aren't right because they think they're entitled to a $70 product for $60. No, Eugene. They are right in this particular situation. You said this, you should honor what you said. The minute that person starts to say another sentence and says, "Oh, and we shouldn't have to pay extra for PS5 versions," I'm going to go like, boop, boop, pump the brakes. No. Don't you see why I'm angry, Eugene? They just gave power to people who make bad arguments like that. Like, well, I don't care the developers spend extra time, and I don't care that I get all these extra features. It should be free, because they do FPS boost on the Xbox. Shut the frick up. That's not even the same. It's not even the same ballpark. FPS boost on the Xbox is a free breadstick at Fazoli's. You're talking about a meal. You're talking about an appetizer, something that somebody took the time to make, not like mass-produced free breadsticks. Like, FPS boost is great, but it ain't the same as 3D spatial audio, you know? I'm not looking at that, Agent Atwood. I don't know if you've tried this before. I don't do that. I don't do that. I don't like watch... I don't go on your little errands in the middle of a show, so stop, please. Any content that they do after the base game should cost more. So the extra for the PS5 that isn't on PS4, it should cost more. And see, this is why they put themselves in a bad situation. They should have set the expectation from early on that we love working with first-party developers. We love it. They do great work. And they are taking the extra time to create newer and better features and experiences for you. So when you buy a game on a PS5, you know you're getting the absolute most, and that is going to cost an extra $10. We think a pricing structure change is important to support these developers and the extra work that they're doing. Sign it, ship it, shut the frick up. You don't need to say anything else. You don't need to say anything else. That's all you got to say. Set that expectation from Jump Street, and they didn't do that. They chose instead to try to dig down into customer loyalty pathways of thinking to say, we know everyone upgrades at a different time. You don't need to worry. They had that convo? Not in this blog post they didn't. Not in this blog post they didn't. You don't get to come back and like rewrite what you said just because games got delayed and there was a chipset shortage. Like, well, we told you guys that, we wanted to make sure and give you the opportunity to have like a smooth transition from one generation to the next. We know we said that, but the truth of the matter is we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. Smashville with 5 spot. For the extra Fazoli breadsticks, thank you for the 5 spots. In others, it's all in context. Right. So in your mind, Eugene, every consumer should be hyper informed like you and read every blog post that they post. You're treating it like a canonical book. Well, yes, you read chapter 1, but you have not yet read chapter 12. And when you read chapter 12, it really recontextualizes chapter 1 so that now you understand why that can't be free. No! I read a blog post, and that blog post said, people switch at different times. Don't worry. These really awesome titles you're seeing trailers for, you're going to be able to buy those too. And also, don't worry. You're going to get a free upgrade down the line. That's all I need. That's not on the consumer to like check back and be like, is there any new information since you said that back then? Has anything changed? No, that's not on the consumer. Nope. Absolutely not. I don't have to do research on your dialogue. You set an expectation, honor it. Honor it. That's what should be happening right now. It is completely ludicrous to expect the customer to be like, well, I need to be completely tuned in and aware to the global chip shortage situation and like what happened with Guerrilla's development cycles and what that means for it no longer being a launch title. I also need to read other blog posts about pricing differences between PS4 and PS5, and now I need to recalibrate my expectations that were set by a blog post that said I would be able to get a free upgrade on these specific titles. Absolutely not. I am jumping off the train and running away from that line of thinking. That is ludicrous. I am all for consumers being more educated and understanding the industry. This company spent extra time working on this. That's why it costs money. That's pretty basic. But expecting customers to like treat Sony blog posts like the scriptures, and it's like, well, you can't read that book on its own. You got to read it in light of this book. What? What am I suddenly in theology class? No, that doesn't work. They said something. They set a customer expectation. Honor it. It's that simple. It's that simple. This isn't the same as like setting a customer expectation to be like, our game's going to launch on September the 10th, and then it gets delayed. Well, we know we said that, but it's going to get delayed. That's different than we're going to give you a free upgrade. Yeah, we're not going to do that anymore. The same blog post priced PS5 first-party titles at $7.70, so you can't separate the context. You just made your argument a lot harder for yourself, Eugene. So in the midst of a blog post that talks about the pricing differences between PS5 and PS4 titles, they say, these ones are going to get a free upgrade. You just made your side of the issue even harder for yourself. I appreciate you doing that for me. In the same blog post, they're like, yeah, games are going to be more expensive on the PS5, but Miles Morales and Sackboy and Horizon Forbidden West, you're going to get a free upgrade path. In the same blog post. What do you mean? They're talking about pricing. They're talking about the transition between generations and the this and that and the confidence you can have. And, oh yeah, and $70 is going to be the standard price for a PS5 game. No one should reasonably expect 70 for 60? No, I shouldn't reasonably expect it. You know when I can reasonably expect it? When you tell me that's what you're gonna do. If you tell me I'm gonna give you a $100 car wash for $80, I'm like, oh, that's dope. And then you come back a couple weeks later and you're like, circumstances have changed. I can't do that. And you're an idiot for expecting a $100 car wash for $80. What do you mean? What do you mean I'm an idiot? You told me you were going to do... What? Why am I dumb? Why am I dumb now? What happened? You told me. You said. I can reasonably expect it because you said that I could. Like, what? I'll be there at 6 o'clock. Okay, cool. Click. You show up at 8. Well, I mean, nobody should reasonably expect me to get here that fast during rush hour. What do you told me you were gonna be here. How is it all of a sudden my fault? Well, I didn't do anything. You put the expectation in my brain. I'll be there at 5. Sweet. Click. Show up at 8. Well, I mean, you're the idiot for expecting me to get through rush hour traffic that fast. What? I wasn't aware of that. You told me. You set the expectation. If I put an expectation in my kid's head that we're going to go to the water park and then we don't, and I'm like, well, I mean, what kind of an idiot would expect to go to the water park when it's raining out? What? The circumstances changing isn't on them. I wouldn't put it on them. What's you? No reasonable person would expect a $70 product for $60, except when we tell you that that's what you could expect. How long has Eugene worked at Sony Corporate? I'm telling you. This is why I love him, though. I love him. Because Eugene will stay in the ring. He'll stay in the ring. Because I am on it. I'm on it. I'm on fire right now. I am hot. I am so ticked about this. I'm like, why? Why? I'm so tired of people acting like they should get everything for free, and you just help these people. You just help them. Not going to budge on someone thinking they can buy a product for $60 and get the same thing I bought for $70 at the same time. Right, no. And that's the thing, Eugene. This was a very particular situation. They were speaking to the transitional period. They weren't setting an axiomatic truth, like this is an axiom. 60 on the PS4, and then you just get to upgrade for free. And you're like, wait a minute. Not only did I buy the more expensive console, I bought the most expensive version, and they're getting it for free? What? I get that. But they were saying, these specific games, this specific time, we want the consumers to feel confident in buying the game on PS4. We want you to feel that confidence because we understand that right now, it's a bummer. Look, they know that there's like 100 million people that ain't getting a PS5 right away, either because of the funding or the shortages or whatever. And that's a lot of freaking people to be like, I can't play Miles Morales? I can't play Horizon? Like, that doesn't work. That's terrible. Their saturation was so good. And so they knew. These titles in particular, this is going to be a problem if we don't let them buy it also. And we should also be like, you know what? We're going to let you upgrade for free. Why? They are trying to sweeten the purchase. I can buy it on PS4, yeah, in total confidence. Why? Well, because Sony told me that whenever I get a PS5, whoop, I get to come over and upgrade for free. Yeah, these specific games here. Yeah, yep. They're not saying, like, here's an axiom. Yeah, you should always be able to buy a $60 game on your PlayStation 4 and then get the upgrade for free. Do you know why that's problematic? Because they probably still own both, and they could boot up their PS4, buy the game for $60, walk over into the other room, boot up their PS5, and be like, haha, free. The $10 path is a free upgrade. Like, the fact that you type that and then you hit enter and you don't see the comedy in it. I just see the comedy in it. You have to put free upgrade in quotations. It's like, yeah, we got your free upgrade here. That'll be $10. I love it. I absolutely love it. That is everything. That is everything. There's not a $10 path. That's the problem. Right. Who created that problem, Eugene? Who? Did the customers create that problem? Or did Sony create that problem? specifically to this game, forget this nonsense of like you acting like nobody should expect that. Specifically for Miles Morales, Sackboy, and Horizon Forbidden West, who set the expectation? Who created the problem? Sony did. They wrote the blog post. They wrote it. After those titles, then you can be like, no, they made special exceptions for those titles. You can't expect every title to be like that. You can't. I'm not defending the lack of a $10 path. I know you're not defending that. That's what I'm saying. They created the problem. So defending them doesn't make any sense to me. This problem goes away if you're like, hey, it's more expensive. Like, it's more expensive to make. It costs more time. It costs more resources. So when you want to get the game later, it's going to cost you a $10 upgrade. Like, we're just being honest with you guys. Like, the industry's moving forward. This is a lot of work for these developers. Like, they need a way to recoup some of that cost. That is a perfectly fine conversation to have. They chose to have a different conversation. They chose to set a different expectation, and that's on them. That's not on the consumer. It's not on the entitled people that think they should get everything for free. Those people come to the table with that attitude. They do. They come to the table with that attitude. I come to the table with a different attitude. And yet, we were both given the exact same expectation. You know what I mean? My PS4 is in the other room, so I can just go on the system and buy that. You can. If you're smart, yeah, you would go buy Miles Morales and Sackboy for the lower price and cash in on the free upgrade. Yeah. They made that exception, and that benefits you as being an early adopter. If you're smart enough to take the time to do it, sure. But you know long term that that's not something that's going to stay. We used to go to a place called Salsaritas with friends of ours, and they did a kids eat free night, okay? And they also, at the time, had BOGO coupons or something in circulation. So it was ludicrous. We would go there with friends from our church, and literally a family with like 3 kids get to eat for $0, and the parents buy like one entree. You're walking away with like $40 worth of food for like $9. It was an absolute joke. Per adult. Like one kid's meal per adult. You get the point. It was ludicrous. Like, you were literally feeding an entire family for like $10, okay? They had to shut it down. They suddenly stopped taking coupons, and it was because of really frugal moms that were like, I'm going to feed my family for a 10 spot. Like, this is amazing. You can't go to the grocery store and make dinner for your family for $10. Like, Jiminy Christmas. This is highway robbery, right? So they had to shut it down. So yes, like long term, you can't say, yeah, all you got to do is buy it on the PS4 and it's cheaper, because eventually there'll be tons of PS5s in circulation, and savvy customers are going to be like, yeah, buy it on your PS4 first. It's cheaper over there, and then you install it over here, download the free upgrade, right? But this is why they set the expectation. That paragraph that I read, they're talking about the transitional period, which we're still in, by the way. How many PS5s are in circulation? 8 million? 10 million? And there's 120 million PS4s? We're still in the transitional period. What they said still applies. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, that would be like saying, yeah, we said that about Miles Morales, but it's been a year, so you've had plenty of opportunity to buy it, and you didn't. So we're walking back our promise. Miles supports my position. You price the PS4 version at the PS5 price. Yeah, but Miles wasn't even full price. Wasn't it like a $40 game or something? Wasn't Miles Morales release price? It was like $40 or something, wasn't it? It's like $30 now. Yeah, the standalone edition when it launched was $50. It was $50, like when it launched. It wasn't even a full price game because it was reusing the map and the assets. It was just $50. Again, contextually there, that's not a great example because they weren't even charging they weren't even charging like a normal full price. They're like, no, miles is 50. That's just the price. Where it doesn't matter where you buy it, it's 50. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think they could start saying, yeah, no, it's $70. Yeah, it's 70. But I'm buying it on my PS4. Yeah, we don't care. Eventually, you might play it on the PS5, so it's 70. No, it makes the most sense for as a way of respecting the consumer to say it's 60, and then if you upgrade later, you pay us $10 to upgrade. Charging someone extra for something they're not even cashing in on, it's absolute lunacy to be like, 120 million people own a PlayStation 4, and when they buy this game, they're spending 70. And you're like, wait, but I'm not even getting a PS5 anytime soon. I'm going to play this game, the next game, and the next game. I'm going to play them for the next year on my PS4. Why am I paying extra? Well, because you're buying the PS5 game. But I'm not. But I'm not. Like, well, but it is. It's a PS5 game. We built it for the PS5. I understand that. But I'm down here with 120 million other people. What? I don't understand. Then you should just spend the 59. That's what I mean. You should be able to buy the PS4 version for 60, and at any point in the future when you cross over, you spend the extra 10. I got no problem with that. I think that's totally fine. What's the extra 10 for? All the extra work that went into the game. They literally do extra work. Like, that's the point. It's not the same as when a company builds a game and it runs a little bit better on your PC than mine. They go in and add specific features, haptic feedback, 3D audio, cinematic lighting. Like, it's all extra. Like I said a little bit ago, if Elder Scrolls Online said, we're pushing out a $10 texture lighting pack. We worked with NVIDIA. Anybody who owns a 3060 video card, you can buy this texture pack, this lighting pack, and it'll make your game look insane. Right? We worked hand in hand with them. It's totally optional. That's a comparison. That is a functioning parallel. That's an equivalency. They're doing all this extra stuff. The developer, this is the problem with that mentality. You are literally going to encourage any developer building a Sony game right now to be like, why on earth would we do all that extra crap? Just build it and upgrade the resolution and FPS and don't do anything else because the consumers are whiny babies. They're going to lose their minds over $10, right? They're going to lose their minds over $10. So don't do it. It isn't worth it. Yeah, the haptic feedback, don't do it. 3D audio, don't bother. Better lighting, cinematic lighting, no. Shut that department down. Save that money. Do something else. Because the consumers are being entitled whiners. Just give them the FPS and the resolution and call it a dadgum day. That's what's going to happen. You're motivating developers to say, this isn't worth the trouble. It isn't. It's extra time. The department that's working on this could have been polishing up the cutscenes and finishing and landing like the ending cutscenes. The game could be closer to finishing development. It could be done if we wouldn't have had this department working on 3D audio and cinematic lighting and haptic feedback. All these other departments, they could have been harnessed for something else. So timeline could have been completed sooner. You know, product to market could have happened faster. More money, more profit. Don't you see? Imagine working at a company and being like, we're having all these other departments work on all this extra stuff and we're not going to charge any money for it. You've never run a business if you think that that's what these developers can do. You've never run a business if you think you can take billable hours, like resources and time, and be like, yeah, it's fine, just throw that in for free. Devil's advocate. I do think it's on the company to show you that the $10 more is worth it at first. Later it'll become normalized, quality will inevitably fall, convey the value to the consumer. They don't have to do that, no. Because you can play the game backwards compatible and decide for yourself. It's totally optional. It's not like they make you want this game to run on your PS5? That'll be $10, please. No. You can boot the game up and play. You can boot the game up and play. Microsoft is doing it? No. FPS boost is not the same. You know it's not the same, my man. You know. Mo, you know it's not the same. FPS boost is completely different. Do you want to know what FPS boost is? The free update that God of War got. That's what FPS boost is. Yeah, here's a free update. 4K checkerboard resolution and 60 FPS. Do you know what FPS boost is? When Horizon Zero Dawn just got a free 60 FPS update. That's what FPS boost is. It's not in the same category as a company going in and doing extra development, actual extra work. Smart delivery? Oh, smart delivery where the game comes over? But I don't understand. I can play the game backwards compatible on my PS5. What's the difference between that and smart delivery? Microsoft does let you play different versions of the games, though. Does Xbox Series X have 3D audio and haptic feedback? I'm honestly asking. I don't know. I'm not understanding the comparison. So, what version of a game exists on the Xbox Series X right now that some developer spent all this extra time on that smart delivery gives to you? I want to know. Like, what game did it? Smart delivery, the best version of the game is automatically delivered to your console regardless of the generation. I'm curious how many people are doing that. The free upgrade they did for Hellblade. Right, but they've done similar things on Sony. You have to understand something. That's up to the developer. This isn't a Sony versus Xbox thing. That's up to the developer. How many developers do you think are going to do that? Let's crank out a free update and kick it out there. They might not be able to. We didn't think we were going to get one for Horizon Zero Dawn for that very reason. I was like, dude, Guerrilla's working on the next game. They don't have time for that. They don't have time for that. What do you mean? What do you mean? Like, they're working on the next game. It's up to the developers. You're acting like because so like Zubair just gave me a list of games that are like smart delivery enabled games, okay? He just gave me a list in the Discord. That looks like, what is that, 40 games? I'm eyeballing. 40 games. Okay. That's up to the developers, though, to decide if they want to do that. How many developers right now that are like, you know what we should do? I've got a great plan. We should update our old game for free. Let's just spend a bunch of time doing that. Why? Why? Why should they do that? Now, with God of War, it made sense. They were likely pushing out an update, the 4K checkerboard resolution and the 60 FPS, because they were basically testing what can we do with this game on the next system. That's why they pushed that update out. They did a similar thing with Ghost of Tsushima. More than likely, that first update that Ghost of Tsushima got was them kind of testing, like, what can we do with this platform? What can we do with the director's cut that we're working on? It's a nice test run, okay? So there's an economical reason for them to do that, isn't there? But what, I'm going to reach back in and go update some super old game just for free? I got news for you. The amount of times that happens in the coming years is going to get smaller and smaller and smaller. Why? There's no ROI on that unless there's a specific, very tangible reason. Like, you can see it with God of War, you can see it with Ghost of Tsushima. You could probably even argue that you can see it with Horizon Forbidden West. Look, we're going to have to delay this game. We need you guys to work on an update so that at the very least we can get some money, get some capital, get these people to buy the game on the PS5 because it got a free update. We got an 8 million consumer base there. We might get 50 to 100,000 people to buy the game, download it brand new, and get that update. Or they just see it as like a service to the consumer because they made the game for free on PS Plus like a month ago. So they probably didn't even generate a ton of sales with it. But again, they're creating a fan base for the new game. There's an economical reason for that update. You got that. That's the entire crux of my frustration and my ranting this morning. Stop thinking of video games like a charity. It's a freaking business. You're owed nothing. You're not owed a free update. You're not owed a DLC. If they work on something and they build something, there needs to be an economical reason behind it, because that's how they stay in business. That's how they create a sequel. That's how they give you your DLCs and your extra stuff. Just this idea that, no, you should go into the game and spend all these hours working on texture packs and resolution and lighting packs, and you should do it for free. Why? Well, because they did it. Like, go to a 5-star restaurant and be like, well, Fazoli's gives me free breadsticks. Shut up. What are you doing in here? No Man's Sky's been doing this for 5 years. Yeah, No Man's Sky is what? 8 people? And their base game is still full price. They do sales periodically, but the base game is still full price. Their model is completely different than, I don't know, Guerrilla working on Horizon Forbidden West. It's a different company, different structure, different margins, different way to make profit. No company is the same. Like, just because somebody else does it, like that's like going into Fazoli's and being like, this free breadsticks thing is great. And then you walk over to the 5-star steakhouse and you're like, where's the free breadsticks? They're like, what are you talking about? We have handcrafted artisan bread that's baked by a baker from Italy. What do you mean? No, it's not free. You said name a game? Well, but my point was, how many people, not that there isn't, but it's not very many, is the point I was making. How many games are going back and saying, let's do, and that's not even a good example, 30, because No Man's Sky doesn't go back and do texture updates and lighting updates. They literally add content. That's their model, that's their structure of keeping people playing so they can make money. My question was, how many people are going back to their game and just updating the graphics, the resolution, and the frame rate, right? How many are doing that? No Man's Sky did that, but they've not continued to do that. That's why it's a false equivalency. No Man's Sky is not continuing to be like, here's another graphics update, here's another graphics update. The graphics update is usually baked into content, right? Oh, there's more lights in the stars. We added more fur to the animals. Like, we did this thing with the lighting off of if you've got like your light on or your ship's got your light on. But that's baked into a content update and a content loop. Why? Because that's what they want. They want you to keep playing. They're giving you a content loop and also adding in graphical updates. It's not the same as saying, well, why not go back and update, Horizon Forbidden West with ray tracing and frame rate and textures and just do it for free. And there's no DLC, there's no content, there's no economic reason for them to do that. They're just like, why the frick would we do that? Now, right now, there's an economic reason, because as I said, they're building a fan base. It's like, we want tons of people to play and love this game, so when the sequel comes out, that'll increase sales for us. But the entire point of this is that every company is different. And you said size doesn't matter. Oh, it does matter. It is a lot easier for a smaller company to do those things. Less moving parts, smaller budget, less risk. Like, you're spending less money. Your operating costs are lower. Imagine owning 10 restaurants or owning 1. You can make more tectonic shifts in the small restaurant. You do that with 10 restaurants, you're going to be like, well, that restaurant's on the west end, and this one's uptown, and this one's downtown. The clientele's completely different. You can't do that. You're going to completely destroy your business model. Like, you're spread too far. The way these other companies are structured, with the way they make their money, with how much operating costs are involved, the specialization that you need when you bring people in to even do something like, I don't know, ray tracing or all this other stuff, or haptic feedback or 3D audio, that's specialized. That's not some guy making cosmetics, right? Cost is cost if it's relative to the company. Right, but when you have a larger budget and you come to the company and you say, we need all of you to be working on this update and we're not going to charge any money for it, the risk is greater. It's significantly greater. The margin on No Man's Sky, it's like, we're going to do this, and all we need is this many people per month to buy the game, the base game, right? You buy the base game, and we recoup our cost over here. When a company spends this much, it takes them way longer to recoup that cost to just, here's a free update. Like, there has to be an ROI. There has to be an economic reason to do it. That's the point. Like, people are like, well, I shouldn't have to spend this, or this company's doing this, or this company's doing that. But every company's different. So, like, Metro Exodus goes and adds, like, haptic feedback and a texture this and a blah, 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 and it's free. That doesn't mean every other game company can do that. Do you see my point? It's like the Fazoli's example. It's like, sure, Fazoli's has built themselves a business model that allows them to literally give you food for free. But a 5-star steakhouse, they can't do that. The cost of the dough and the baker that they hired and the time it takes to cook and the ingredients, like all of that, even the cost of the land that they're on, the lights that they had imported from Italy and the leather that they got brought in from Persia, like all of that is a part of the business model that says, no, an order of bread is $7. So that's the point that I'm making, is that this is business, and one company's choice is not an industry standard. That's just such a silly way of looking at this. You don't do that with anything else. You don't go from one restaurant to another and expect the exact same thing. You're like, well, no, they do it this way, so should you. What? No, we're a completely different business. Yeah, we're a restaurant, but we're completely different businesses. And people don't see video games that way. They see video games as, you're all doing the same thing. It should all be the same way. No. Fortnite's free and subsidizes themselves through insanely high margin cosmetics, right? ESO charges you for the DLC, but like the base game is free, and then they have their Crown Store, and the Crown Store feels almost like, it's optional, but then the subscription feels almost necessary because of the crafting bag. That is a handcrafted monetization structure that only works with that game and community. That you can't take that and like supplant that somewhere else. There's thousands of restaurants. There's only 3 big players in the console market, so comparisons will be made. You just made a fatal error. Yeah, there's only 3 big players in the consoles. How many games launch? How many game companies are there? Hundreds and thousands. That's the comparison you should be making. The consoles aren't the issue here. Every developer is different. Don't you see? I'm trying to raise your consciousness about this. Like, every developer is different. Sucker Punch working on Ghost of Tsushima, they're in a completely different scenario than the guys working on Elder Scrolls Online. Their pricing structure, how they keep the lights on, their target margin, like this is what we need. This is where we need to be. ESO isn't free. I thought the base game of ESO was free and they charged for the DLCs. I might have misspoke there. Ghost of Tsushima got multiple free upgrades. They got the resolution free upgrade, they got the FPS upgrade, they got the Legends upgrade. They literally got free content. I'm not even talking about a graphical update. Ghost of Tsushima got free content. A whole mode. Legends was just free. Here you go. It is free in the game. No, it didn't. You had to pay for it. No, you didn't. Legends was a completely free update. Here you go. They just threw it in. A whole new mode, a whole new thing, a brand new content loop with completely different mechanics and everything else. Oh, ESO is free on Game Pass. Okay, I think that might have been why I was confused. One company may give free upgrades for one game, but not another. That's exactly the point that I'm trying to make. Legends was part of the game already, you know that, like Halo and co-op? No, it was not. No. Legends was added, well, it was like 9 months later or something. It didn't come with that. Now, they might have been You can buy it separate, sure, if you don't want to buy the base game. But no, when you bought Ghost of Tsushima, that was never a promise, that was never even advertised. You were buying a single-player, action-adventure, samurai game. And then, like, I don't know, 6 months, 8 months later, they're like, hey, we're throwing this in for free. Yes, it was, but it was delayed. You didn't get told. Oh, you're being too cynical, Mo. You know I love you. You're being too cynical. No. If a company is working on something and it doesn't make it into the launch game, that doesn't mean you're owed that. They could have decided to charge money for the Legends mode. They could have been like, yeah, it's $10. We spent a bunch of time on it. They had every right to charge money for it, and they didn't. Just because they're actively working on something at the time a game is shipped does not mean that that should be given to you, like it's cut content. I don't agree. I think that sentimentality is incredibly unhelpful. Why? Because developers are not working in a waterfall way of like, here's everything and woof, dump it into the public. No, it's like, we're not done yet. Our project just started. Yeah, our thing should be done in 3 months. Yeah, ours is slated in 6 months. Like, it's all sorts of parallel development going on. So you can't be like, well, they were working on Legends at the time that it was shipped. We don't know that, by the way. But they probably were. But that doesn't mean that you're owed that. I don't agree with that. Why? So when they are already writing the script and casting for the movie sequel, am I owed that at the time the movie ships? No, I should be able to see the sequel for free. Well, why? Well, you were already working on the sequel when I bought the ticket, so that's mine. I'm owed that. What? No, that's the dumbest thing. No. Hey, developer, you launched this game, and you had different pockets of the company working on different things and projects and things slated for later. Yeah, I'm owed that. That's cut content. I should be given to that. I spent $60. No, you were marketed a product. We told you what was in it, and you bought it. Transaction over. That's it. Hey, you guys back there are making more burgers and fries. At the time of this transaction, when I buy this burger and fry, you're actively making more. That I should be given that. No. You walked up, you saw a picture of a burger and fries for $5, you gave the person the money, transaction over. They marketed a game, told you what was in it, told you what it contained, you bought the game, transaction over. You want more? You want new? 6 months later? A year later? Pay money. That's business 101. What do you mean? You're not owed anything. You bought a product that was marketed to you and convinced you to buy it. And you bought it and you played it. The transaction's over. The value transmission has taken place. You're owed nothing after that. I've never bought a product and thought, this company owes me. No. I saw it. I watched the commercial. I watched the trailer or whatever, or was sitting on the shelf at the store, and I gave them money, and I went home with it. I'm not like, dude, Nike owes me, man. I mean, I bought in a couple Nikes, and, whatever they're cooking up next, I should get some kind of a discount. You know? Like I said, DLC I can get behind. Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like, Legends wasn't even a DLC. Upgrade should be free. I just don't think you can say upgrade should be free when we're not talking about turning up the resolution or the frame rate. We're not talking about fixing a bug. We're talking about an entire department building something. What is the Legends Playmate? I don't know. What do you mean by that, Lightly? What do you mean by that? The problem here is the upgrade path is $20. It's even more convoluted than that. It's more complicated than that. The upgrade path for Horizon Forbidden West from PS4 to PS5 was said to be free, and it is now not free. It is $20. And other games, when you went to upgrade, were $10. So, like, there are layers to the frustration here. It's like, I don't understand. You gave people an expectation that it would be free. Now it's not free, and it's twice as much as what a normal upgrade would cost. The difference between the PS4 and the PS5 version is $10, but I gotta pay $20. But you get some outfits. I don't want the outfits. Like, that they don't... Yeah, Legends is a mode. It's a mode light leap. It's actually so dope. It's so dope. On this channel, I played it by myself, and then I played on a Friday night with Hilly, and it's like super, super fun. Okay, 30. You lost power. Okay. Hopefully everything's okay down there. I know it's getting kind of cray-cray. Started a thread. ESO prices. Can we not? Can we not do that? Why are you doing? I can't see that. Oh, you're showing people the prices of ESO. I want to disable threads in the live stream. I don't like that. I really, really don't like that. I can't view it or click on it. We need to disable threads in the live stream chat. You did that after we shut down to be goofy and funny, and it's not. How do I get the thing off my screen now? It's like stuck. The thread's like stuck there. How do I close it? It's not letting me close the thread. I can't get rid of it. It's like stuck on my screen. Oh, hang on. Become the speaker. Some of you guys just cannot help yourselves. How can I be disruptive today? I literally can't get it off my screen. It's just over there and huge, and I can't get it to go away. I've clicked out of it. I've clicked in it. There's no box. There's no X. There's no nothing. I can't get it to leave. I clicked on it to see if I could close it, and I can't get rid of it. I do not understand why would Discord do that? Task manager? No, it's inside Discord. It's just over there on the side. I can't close it. Well, if you're talking in Discord, I can't see what you're saying because the thread is in the way. I also posted a story about Far Cry 6. You can start threads anywhere else. The live stream chat in Discord is literally just there so that people can talk. No, it's already been deleted. The thread's deleted, and I literally can't get the box to go away. Like, I clicked on it, and it's gone. I might have to close Discord and reopen it. Like, just don't do stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody always has to try to, like, do something. Like, just show up and use the chat. Like, the Discord live chat is literally not there for that. It's not there for that. There, okay, it's gone. I had to literally close Discord and reopen it. All right, hang on. Become a speaker. There. Like, don't change your name in Discord. Don't do goofy, silly, meme things. If you want to use Discord to talk, that's what it's there for. You know what I mean? The Discord always has to turn into, like, animated GIFville and, like, people changing their names and, like, opening a thread. And then, like, I'm sitting... Like, I don't even look at Discord half the time because of that. Like, you know what I'm saying? We've been so close so many times to nuking using Discord during the live stream, and that's why. Everybody else, you treat it like a playground. It's like... I was watching, you guys know I love the show, Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee, and Fred Armisen was talking about that. He was like, the minute you're distracted in this environment, he's like, you're done. You're dead. Like, if someone disrupts your flow. You know what I mean? Well, in their defense on the name change thing, I'll own that on the culprit. I've asked for people to not do that. I've said don't do that. Why would you do that to me? You're my producer. You're my producer. There's an exchange here. It's a yelling, bearded man and chat. Like, that's it. That's the exchange. We don't need, like, you don't need to say, hey, go watch this video, Lono. It's hilarious. I'm gonna change my name. It'll be hilarious. Here's the anime gift. No, it's a yelling man with glasses and a chat. That's it. That's the cocktail. It's tried. It's true. Don't add anything to it. You don't need to add anything to it. Well, maybe we'll put a little pepper in there. No, you stay away. This cocktail works. If they make the PS4 version $70, at least make the DualSense backwards compatible. Yeah, I don't think they can do that, though. I don't think they can. To be clear, some of us in chat are also a yelling bearded man. It's just always been that way. It's always been that way. Since the beginning of streaming, there's always something that's like, I know you're in the middle of a conversation with hundreds of people right now, but I need your undivided attention for this thing. It's like, I can't do that. I can't go watch your thing or look at your thing. I can't do it. It's not possible, you know? And you try to be polite, but because then you just end up coming off rude and dismissive, but it's like, it is literally like passive heckling. It's like it's a disruption to what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? Quick, now someone give him the TV. I know. Every time I'm like, are you guys messing with me? Is that what this is? Like I have like a paranoia now. A paranoia. Like maybe you guys are just messing with me. Oh man. You're fine. You're fine, Atwood. It's just Discord adds new features like that, and I'm sure they have great purpose, but the live stream chat is literally just there for those of you that want to chat and not be on YouTube. That's literally all it's there for. It's supposed to be mega stripped down. I almost took away people's ability to do animated GIFs because it would just get overrun some days. And it wasn't anything particular I could get mad at. It's just like, I can't interact with that. Like, you guys are having your own little side party over there. That's all. That's all. So, there are worse paranoias than being afraid of getting another TV. No. It's not about getting another TV. I sometimes just feel like, oh, they're messing with me. They're messing with me. I can't stream tonight. I'm going on purple instead. Yeah. Hilly, play through the tutorial in that game. You're going to probably have to play it on your Xbox. I could not get that thing to run right on the PC. The Steam version had terrible controller support, and then the Xbox installed version, on my PC, I wouldn't run. It just said I needed internet. I was like, I have internet. I just downloaded your game through the internet. You've invested in a console and controller. Why should you pay more to use features or something you've already bought? But see, now you're dividing purchase and value. When Sony had you buy that controller, they didn't promise you that, oh yeah, all these other developer companies, yeah, they all owe you free stuff now. That wasn't the agreement, right? It wasn't the agreement. That's like when you bought a Blu-ray player. Who made the Blu-ray player? Sony, maybe, right? You buy a Sony Blu-ray player. Did Sony promise you that the movie companies, Universal and all these companies, were going to sell you Blu-rays at the same cost as a DVD? Did they promise? No, they didn't promise that to you. Well, why would I buy this Blu-ray player and then have to pay extra? What I don't understand. That's the way the world works. You bought a better thing. Like you gotta buy another better thing. I don't understand. I bought this really high-end PC, and my monitor's only 60 hertz. I'm not going to get 120 frames? No. You weren't promised that. You got to go and buy something new. You got to buy something more expensive. You're upgrading. When you buy an equipment, Sony PlayStation 5 is equipment. You're buying equipment to game with, and it comes with the ability to do all this extra stuff. And when you buy a PlayStation 5 game, it's more expensive than a PS4 game. It's more expensive. Just like Blu-rays were more expensive than DVDs. Why? Because you're upgrading. It's the new, it's the hotness, it's got all the extras. So it costs more. When I bought Lord of the Rings on Blu-ray, I had a DVD set. I bought Lord of the Rings on Blu-ray, I had to rebuy it, and it was more expensive. In this scenario, a lot of the times they're not even making you rebuy it. They're just charging you $10. I didn't get to go to the store and spend like $10 and be like, yes, I will take my upgraded Lord of the Rings Blu-ray, please. No, I had to buy it all over again. Now, because it's digital and because it's a platform, I'm okay with saying, no, you just need to pay the difference. You need to pay the difference. You bought it for 60 and now it's 70. You pay the difference. I'm okay with that. Was it properly communicated before that consumers were going to have to pay again for another version of the same game? It was properly communicated that the price difference between a PS4 game and a PS5 game was going to be a thing. Yes, that was communicated. Yeah, it was. In the same blog that communicated that, they said that Miles Morales, Sackboy, and Horizon Forbidden West you'd be able to upgrade to the PS5 version for free. That's what they said to people. People have every right to be angry right now. Have every right to be angry. They were given an expectation that is now no longer being met. You see why free-to-play is an awful, awful thing for gaming? Well, yeah. Yeah, this is where I do agree. I do agree with people that are like, free-to-play is bad for gaming. Why? It's setting bad expectations. People are starting to view gaming as like, well, no. I pay my internet provider. I pay Xbox. I shouldn't have to pay you. This is like Netflix. I pay for Netflix and I just watch shows. I don't pay for the shows. Like, that attitude, yes, that's bad for gaming. Which is why I got so hot when this happened. I was like, are you kidding me? It's like, you guys are literally giving ammunition to the worst gamers. They're the worst. They are the Karens of the video game industry. They're horrible. They're awful. They think everything should be free. Because they showed up. Like, that's all that matters, right? It's like the entitled employee. Well, I'm here. I was 5 minutes late, but I'm here. I don't understand. Why are you lecturing me? I feel attacked right now. This feels like aggression. Like, it shouldn't be free. Nothing, you know what I'm saying? But the model of free is incredibly lucrative. That's why they do it. Like, that's the grand irony, is like, it's creating this expectation that, like, well, you should get everything for free. But at the same time, it's like, well, but you're still spending tons of money, or tons of people are spending tons of money. Like, you might not be spending tons of money, but somebody is. Is it bad for gaming if it works, though? You have Game Pass, right? Yeah, and there are guys here that think Game Pass is bad. I think Game Pass is wonderful for indies. I think we have some test cases already that Game Pass is really bad for AAA games. I don't think Game Pass is good for AAA games. I think it's great for indies. There are literal indie developers, studios, and games right now that are successful and paying their bills and celebrating because of Game Pass. Because of Game Pass. Like, Game Pass is excellent for indies, but it ain't for AAA. Because you're setting a bad expectation and you're hurting profit. You're hurting, like, revenue profit structure for a AAA game. It's like, what, you have all these people playing and spending $0 to the developer. What I mean when I say $0. MLB The Show did great. Outriders is an outlier. No, I don't think Outriders is an outlier. I think Mo, I think you're going to continue to see big AAA titles be a lot more hesitant about going over on Game Pass. Mark my words. It's going to be harder and harder to convince some of those big titles. Now, hear me out, Mo. I need to qualify what I'm saying. It's bad for AAA titles when they launch. You want to do it a month later? Oh my gosh, it's probably massively helpful. But for the launch, you're going to see more and more AAA titles be like, we don't want to be on Game Pass for launch week. That's not a good idea. No. We'll come over there a month later, but we ain't doing it during the launch week. We want to make some money. We want to get some sales. We make most of our money in the first week. Was Outriders AAA? It was Square Enix and People Can Fly, yes. Yes. I think you're going to see that. There are going to be big AAA companies like, it's not worth it. You write us a fat check and we launch and you're letting millions. You understand that the more people there are on Game Pass, the greater the risk for a AAA title to launch on Game Pass. I'm not saying that going to Game Pass is bad. I'm saying they're launching and they're also on Game Pass. That is convoluted. There's 20 million and climbing. When that number gets to 50 million, do you really think, unless you've got really good monetization structure like cosmetics, maybe if you've got really, really good cosmetics and your game is a smash hit, 50 million people being able to play your game for free on launch week, that is a giant risk. I mean, we're talking giant risk. Because they could play it for a week and be like, I didn't like it. I don't have any skin in the game. I'm done. And they uninstall. And they don't come back. I think more and more will, because more people who play in Game Pass actually buy as well. Where are you getting that statistic, Mo? Where are you getting the statistic that more and more people that play on Game Pass also then buy the game? Where? I've never seen a single report that's talked about that. If Microsoft can show them that on the back end to convince them, we're going to write you a fat check, and here's the number of people that actually end up buying your game. It's a huge risk depending on how much Xbox pays them. No. Unless Phil Spencer says a lot. Okay. I love Phil, but what you expect him to say anything else? I want to see data. I like Phil. I think Phil's good for the industry. I think he's great for Microsoft. He's a champion. But I wouldn't expect him to say anything else. Yeah, most people don't buy the games. Yeah, dude, it's crazy, man. When everybody gets this game on Game Pass, man, they do not buy it on the app. Yeah, AAA titles are like, what the frick? Of course he's going to say that. Of course. The sales charts show it. That's the data. Okay, where are you getting those sales charts? Because People Can Fly literally said, we covered this 2 weeks ago, they don't even know how many sales they had. They still don't know. The developers don't know. So how do you know? We don't have publicly viewable sales charts right now. We have player numbers. Player numbers doesn't mean they bought. Yeah, how many on Game Pass is the question. And how many bought? You can have raw sales data, but even then, you don't know how many bought that were also on Game Pass. I've not been putting people's questions up on the board. We were just having such an organic conversation. Angry Reaper says, I kind of get why they do it, but do you think they are hurting themselves by not releasing on PC? This is a really, really good question, because we know Sony wants to launch these games on PC. We saw the internal document, but I think they're going to start targeting games like Ghost of Tsushima and what was the other one? Uncharted 4. They're going to target those games first. Why? Because it doesn't undercut the value of buying a PS5 right now. You do it to Horizon Forbidden West or God of War Ragnarok, you got to be careful, because those games are going to have big draw to move PS5s, So they're going to wait 18 months maybe more before those big titles hit PC. You have to understand, Sony has a stronger interest in spreading console saturation. They want to spread and increase console saturation. You don't want these people being like, well, I'll buy it on my PC. You know how hard it is to get a PS5 right now? Steam chart lies too, right? Those games are on Game Pass. Homie, I don't think you're landing on the discussion. You're off in the dugout kicking a soccer ball. And yeah, I did that on purpose. You're in the baseball dugout kicking a soccer ball. That's not what we were talking about. We were talking about AAA games launching on Game Pass. You don't have sales numbers for that. Steam isn't Xbox. The number of Steam sales has nothing to do with what we're talking about. If you have Game Pass right now, what in the frick reason did you have to buy Outriders? You didn't. Who's doing that? Who's doing that? Who is buying a game just because? How many Goodwill gamers do you know? Man, this game was good. It's excellent. Played it for 2 weeks. I'm pretty much done with it. I'm gonna go buy it. I didn't spend any money, but it was so good. I'm just gonna give them $60 out of the kindness of my heart. Come on. Christopher coming over with the double dip on membership. Thank you so much, Christopher. I bought Outriders. Mo, you are cut from different cloth, though, man. I'm telling you right now. 20 million people on Game Pass. And they're like, this was so good, I'm just going to spend $60 that I don't have to. Like, what? It's like the biggest tip ever. That's like tipping somebody. That's like tipping, that's like writing a check to somebody who made a great show on Netflix. Why? You subscribe to Netflix. You don't have to do that. You just watch it. Plus, you get a discount. Come on, my guy. Don't say, come on, my guy. Until I see the numbers, I have severe doubts that 20 million Game Pass people were like, yeah, I'm going to go buy this game. Do you see the stats I put in chat? I'm scrolling up. Where? Okay, this is like a bad game of phone. The stats say 20% more time in game over non-Game Pass holders. They play 30% more games in general and a 40% increase in genre. But we're talking about sales. So this is particular to Outriders 2 because Outriders had no extra monetization, no DLC, no cosmetics, no nothing. So their ongoing revenue stream was non-existent. It was like they got a check from Microsoft, they got a bunch of sales in the first 2 weeks, and then that's the end of it. No, there's about 20 million people on Game Pass right now. It was 16 million beginning of the year, then it was 18, and their growth patterns continue. They easily have about 20 million people on Game Pass right now. People Can Fly don't even know right now how many people bought their game. They don't. I'm telling you, I have severe doubts that large numbers of players bought Outriders. There was no reason to. Game Pass holders. I know I'm saying that because they never ever say sales. People are making those up. Right, they just talk about engagement numbers. Engagement numbers can be very good. If you're selling, little cosmetics and hats and skins and stuff, sure. Having a huge uptick in people playing your game could be really, really good for you because then everybody's buying the cosmetics. You know what I mean? It sold better once it left. It was a win-win for the game. You're literally saying things that no one knows right now. No one knows if that's true or not. You're just making a claim that's unbacked. Like, with respect, you're just making a claim that's unbacked. No one knows right now if Outriders sold better once it left. Where did you get that info? Because Outriders was a broken game? That's part of the equation, yes. You have to understand the point that I'm making. I did not say that Game Pass is universally bad. Right? I'm not. I'm saying Game Pass is not good for AAA games on launch. That is a very, very specific scenario. A big AAA title during their launch week being on Game Pass, I don't think that's good for the game. I don't. I think if you throw it on Game Pass a month later, sure. You throw it on Game Pass, a couple months later, 2 weeks later, whatever, and you have micro spending opportunities in the game, sure, that's probably good for you. I can't see other really big AAA titles doing that. I just can't, because you make most of your sales in the first 2 weeks, and now you got 20 million in climbing that are like, we don't have to spend a dime. We don't have to give you any money. We can just try your game. And you and I both know when you're playing a game that's free, you don't give it nearly as much time. You're like, Dad, I'm annoyed, and you shut it down. Why? Because you didn't pay any money. You're like, I'll uninstall it. People do that with the movies all the time. They go watch a movie on Netflix in the theaters and they purchase movies on the Blu-ray to own it. Yeah, and I'm very, very curious, Atwood, in that scenario, how many people are paying for Netflix, can watch that movie as much as they want, as often as they want? How many are also then going buying the movie? The percentage of overlap there is probably small. Same thing with Game Pass. Game Pass is even different because if you play the game for 2 weeks and complete the game, you literally have no reason to buy it again. You're like, it's not like a movie where you like rewatch it or like, oh, there's extras, there's deleted scenes, there's cutscenes, whatever. I'm on top chat instead of live chat. I wonder if I did miss some comments today. They purchase it because they may remove it? No, I disagree with you. I think people purchase it when they remove it or after they remove it. They don't purchase it ahead of time like, whoop, just in case. No. I don't know anybody's ever done that. They watch a movie on Netflix and they're like, you know what I got to do right now?
I got to run to Target and buy this because they might take it off of here. Who in the world is doing that? That's not even an impulse buy. That is so anomalous. No, there's not consumers doing that. That was a great movie on Netflix. I better go buy this right now because they might remove it. What? What if it stays on there for 2 years? That's the dumbest thing you could ever do. You just wasted money. How many times are you going to watch that movie? How many? How many times? If it's on there for the next 2 years, you spent that money needlessly. Not to mention, if you wait a year, it'll be cheaper. And in that year's time, you can watch as many times as you want. Don't judge, I have a huge collection. But that's what I'm saying. You're an outlier. The majority of the people who have a subscription like Game Pass and Netflix are not going to spend extra money when it isn't necessary. That's not how consumers work. This entire conversation this morning is built on the precipice that consumers want to spend as little as possible. You look for the best deal. You drive an extra block for cheaper gas. You cut out a coupon. You go for a BOGO sale. The entire argument is built on that people are trying to save money. Who in the general consumer base is like, I can play this game to completion on Game Pass as much as I want. I'm going to go buy it anyway. Christopher Wright with $5. Facts. Game Pass is great for indie titles, but for AAA games, it's a risk. Easy money isn't always the best money in the long run. Preach. Preach, 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 preach. Easy, big, fat money from a check is not good long-term necessarily. That's the point that I'm driving at. This stemmed from our entire discussion a little bit ago about how, like, every company's, like, pricing structure is different, okay? Every company's pricing structure is different. And because of that, not every AAA company is going to want to launch on Game Pass because they might not be set up to really capitalize from it. You got Company A, and their game is set up with tons of microtransactions and cosmetics, and it's a super addicting content loop. They're prime real estate for Game Pass on launch week. Why? You want as many people in that funnel as friggin' possible because you're going to drive those microtransactions even higher. Studies have shown that people are way more likely to do a microtransaction in a game that was free. That study is seen in massive success of games like Fortnite and Candy Crush, okay? That's Company A. Company B, you got a AAA game, it's a complete package, no DLC, no cosmetics. That's probably not a good game to do launch week on Game Pass. If you think Game Pass is universally good, then you're just an apologist, with respect. Right? With respect. You're just an apologist. If you think Game Pass is like universally good for every game, you're not looking at reality. Not every game is a good fit. That's the point that I'm trying to make. Big AAA titles are going to be a little bit more hesitant of throwing their game on Game Pass on launch date. There's no way it's universally good. It can't be. It's not universally good for a game, for a movie or a TV show to land on Netflix. It's not. Some movies and TV shows, it's better for them to not hit the streaming services, or at least not to hit them right away. As we say in construction, it looks good for my house. I like that. I like that. I don't know if that's the real 30. 30 and Still Gaming dropped by in the Discord and said his power went out. I think that might be an impersonator. They did it the other day. They come in and they copy somebody's username. There's a really good reason most of the shows are 2 years behind on Netflix, and then their home networks. That's right. I'm back. Okay. No, it is me. Okay. You can stop in the Discord or send me a text to confirm. And then I'll tell you a sequence of numbers to put in chat. And if you don't, then I'll ban you. We haven't had any coffee sales yet today. So if you like coffee, the Rageous Roast available in dark roast and light roast. All right. It's a great, great coffee. It's very drinkable. Full-bodied, honey undertones, bold finish, and balanced acidity, right? Oh, and he says, you freak. Okay, it is him. Sorry, Mike. We've just had that guy messing with us again, and he did it with your username the other day. The light roast is not full-bodied. It's medium-bodied. It's the same flavor. One's just roasted longer. A lot of people try a bag of both. So use the coffee command or go to rageousroast.com. 30 is sus. Well, he just hasn't been here as much. A lot of people haven't been here as much. A lot of people's schedules change. So all of a sudden 30 is in chat like lively, and debating and talking. And I'm like, a little weird. If we were on the other channel, it'd be obvious because he'd have like a red badge. Let's go to another question or comment on the screen here. Silent Warrior says, I don't see too much of an issue with the extra $20 to get both Horizon Forbidden West PS4 and PS5 versions. The only issue I see is what you stated about playing it on the PS4 and then not wanting to play it again on the PS5 later. I think it's an even bigger issue. Oh, you're free on Fridays. Oh, okay, well, that makes more sense. Because I know usually during the day this is not a good time slot for you. There's a bigger issue, and this was submitted earlier before we had like a knockdown, drag-out debate about this. The bigger issue is that's not what they told people. You know what I'm saying? That's not what they told people. That's the issue. Guys, also don't forget that the shirt command, if you like my Transformer shirt, it's a classic. I got Soundwave on there. You can get this shirt and many others from 80s Tees right there, right on command. Shirt command, use that. Disc plate command, if you like these disc plates, these metal posters back here, these are super dope. They don't have lights attached to them. I did that for the studio. These are real classy. You hang them on your wall. It's a real nice way to it's like a way to have like an adult poster. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're not going to Spencer's and buying like a blacklight poster. These are really sharp. All kind of different stuff. It's very drinkable. No, it is. It is very drinkable. The balanced acidity makes it to where you can drink it with coffee, without creamer. I mean, you can drink it black, with creamer, with sugar. People cold brew it. The balanced acidity makes it very drinkable because it doesn't have that bitterness or that bite, right? Adult posters sounds bad. They're not adult posters. They're posters that aren't. How do you say that, right? They're. What? Yeah. How do you say that without that sounding kind of weird? I mean, they have some posters over there like that. I mean, if that's what you want to put on your wall, I'm not going to judge. You know what I'm saying? I don't. It doesn't matter to me. Just make sure and use the display command. Just make sure and use the display command. That's all that matters to me. Use that link. 2 games for 80? No, it's the same game. Okay, so now we're on the same team. Most. Now you and I are on the same team. Now we're friends. Yeah, I think it's the same game. You're not buying 2 games for 80. Yeah, I don't agree with that. Creature is literally my producer and my friend, and I think he's out of his head when he types that and says that. I'm getting 2 games for $80. The frick you're not. No, you're not. You're getting the same game with trimmings. You're getting the same game with trimmings. I texted you, Lono. No, you didn't. You said you freak in the Discord, but you didn't text me. I never drink coffee. I just started because I'm trying to cut soda, and it's very drinkable, says Silent Warrior. I have to use creamer, but that's because I've never drunk coffee before. There you go. How are you getting the same game when it's 2 different operating systems? But it's not 2 different operating systems. What are you talking about? So if I get a game and it works on if I have like an old laptop and I buy a game on Steam and it runs in Windows 8, and then I get a new laptop and it's Windows 10, the operating system means it's a different game? Come on. That's not true. It's Sony platform. I am not expecting to buy a game on Sony and then get it for free on Xbox. That's a different operating system. That's a different ecosystem. That's not the same. You buy it for the Switch, you got to buy it elsewhere. You do. So if I buy a game on the Switch and then they come out with a Nintendo Switch Pro, do I got to buy the game again? You change your number? No. We're going to find out when they do the showcase. The game is associated with your account, not your OS. Yeah, like I buy it as a Sony PlayStation subscriber user. Like it's I don't know what you mean. Maybe Alloy will have an updated bow on the PS5. I gotta play it on my Mac. I bought it on my Steam for Windows. Well, yeah, that's true. That's because you're using a launcher that can go both places. Yeah. Hold on, it's imposter. Well, no, now I got a text. Make me a mod. All right, I'll make you a mod if you type this number. Okay. I need you to type that in the chat, and then I'll make that user account a mod. You type that number sequence in count. We're doing two-factor authentication here. We're doing two-factor authentication here. Everybody's typing random numbers. You're not gonna guess it, and you're not even on his account. All right, he did it. Hang on a minute. Hang on. Add a moderator. There we go. You guys are so dumb. Like that right there. You guys want to know what you just proved? Like you just showed why Creature and I can't get people to come over here and subscribe to this channel. You're all just so dumb. I love you, right? I love you, but you're dumb. Like, I sent him a number to use on his account, and you're all putting random numbers in the chat, like I'm gonna be like, it's him. They somehow got it right. Yeah, you're a mod now. You guys are so dumb. 30 guessed it right. Yeah. Oh, man. Gotta go. Have a good one. All right, see you, Derek. I was just making it hard for you to read it. It's not that hard for me to read it. I just scrolled up to stop chat when I saw 30's name. You have no power here. I can scroll up and the chat stops moving. Oh, that's good. That's good. I think it's great that you guys thought that was gonna like work. Like, oh, he's not gonna be able to see it. He's gonna click on the wrong person. Nah, one little scroll of my mouse wheel and it was easy. Now he's got to mod these numbers. Yeah, I got to mod everybody who types a number. Yeah. You get a mod and you get a mod. Oh, that would be so destructive. That would be so destructive. It'd be terrible. Whew. That's funny. Let's put another comment on the board. I got one here from Doom. The big problem with this is the upgrade path. PS4 owners have no way to buy an upgrade when they get a PS5. They have to buy the whole PS5 version separately. This is another very excellently made point. This is so excellent. You guys can use this, by the way, to like make a point if it's on subject. You don't have to ask a question. This is totally fine, by the way. This is such a good point. They're not like, oh, I have a PS5, now let me spend the extra. It's, no, spend it now. Yeah. Who knows when you're going to get to cash in on the benefit, you know? It's like, well, yeah, you got to buy the DVD Blu-ray combo. It's the only way to do it. What? I don't want to. No, that's the only way. I might not buy a Blu-ray for a while. Yeah, sorry. Sorry. You got to buy it now. I don't want to buy it now. What if I want to buy it later? What if I play the game and decide, it was all right. I don't really want to play it on my PS5. It's too late. You bought the combo, baby. You own the PS5 version, but I don't want it. But you own it. Stop it. It's a terrible point. This is a pre-order scam. If you want to call that scummy, call it scummy, but every pre-order is scummy. No. The difference is, Creature, if I buy a pre-order that says I get digital artwork, a soundtrack, wallpaper, and costumes in the game, you want to know what happens? It's crazy. It's like a magic trick. Watch this. I get it right away. It's in the game. I don't have to wait. They're not like, yeah, pre-order the game. We're going to give you all these in-game benefits. Maybe sometime in the future we'll give them to you. No. When you pre-order, you get all those benefits in the game. Are they chintzy and stupid? Sure they are. Everyone puts on their pre-order emblem, their pre-order skin, and their pre-order shader, and then they're like, we all look the same. We all look like idiots. And then a week later, they're not wearing any of it. Sure, the value of it is incredibly tenuous and chintzy, but you get it right then. You don't pre-order a game and be like, well, maybe one day. They're like, yeah, maybe we'll add haptic feedback to the PS4. Pay $10 for it now. We might do it maybe sometime later. Then sure, that would be a scam. But right now, when I look at a game and I pre-order it and they're like, here's all the things you get, I get it. It's mine. Right now, they're like, spend an extra $20 and then you get a PS5 version that, maybe someday you'll be able to play. Maybe next year, when the semiconductor shortage slows down. When the scalpers chill the frick out, maybe then you'll be able to get it. But you got to give us the money now. I don't want to give you the money now. Well, sorry. then you're going to have to rebuy the game next year. Why do I have to give you the money now? Like, why? Creature calls a pre-order scummy because you're giving them extra money for virtually nothing. Like we talked about that earlier. Giving them an extra $20 and pre-ordering and be like, if you pay us money now, we'll give you a costume and a hat. The frick? You'll get a gun. And you use the gun for literally one mission and then it's weak. It's literal trash. It is literal trash. It would be like saying, you go to a restaurant, you always pay at the end, right? If you pay us the money now, we'll bring out your food and we'll put a newspaper underneath of it. The what? Why would I want that? Well, if you pay us now, that's what you're going to get. That seems like you're just putting a literal piece of trash underneath the plate and charging me money for it. I don't understand. But in video games, it works, right? It's pretty. Look at that costume. Look at that gun. You're like, oh, that's awesome. That's why he's saying it's a scummy thing, because they're literally upcharging you for nothing. It's just trash. And we all fall for it. We're like, well, I want all the things. I don't want to buy the version that's not as good. And sliding over for free is paying the same price as it costs on the other platform. Yeah, I don't think you should always be able to slide over for free. In this case, they only should be able to slide over for free because that's what they were told. I don't think that should be the standard going forward. I think it should cost $10 to come over. That's what I think. $10, slide over here, no problem. Here you go, right? That's what I think. I do like a good steel book, but at least that's tangible. That is true. I bought the Ori and the Blind Forest Collector's Edition. I got like a soundtrack CD and a really cool art book. Like my daughter likes looking at the art book every now and again. Yeah. That's a little bit different than like an outfit in the game that you stop using like after 2 hours. You know what I mean? You think early access for multiplayer games as a pre-order bonus is bad? Just wondering. Yeah, this is a good question. So I'm okay with Battlefield saying you can get early access to the beta when you pre-order, because the public is not owed a beta. You're not owed that beta, and pre-orders should get first dibs. Like, I'm totally fine with that. Pre-ordering, getting early access to the multiplayer of the official launch. Yeah, Battlefield, you get like a week of early access. And that's not even just a pre-order. You get that with Deluxe. I really don't like that. I really don't. You get a week to unlock the attachments, learn the maps, level your character, get the better guns, learn the meta. Ugh, I don't like that. I don't like that. People that don't pre-order and buy the big kahuna are going to show up a week later and be like, well, I'm a second-class citizen. I don't have all this stuff, you know. It took me, I was 30 minutes late to the Vanguard Champion Hill. The Vanguard Champion Hill beta. I was 30 minutes late, and it was just awful. Everyone knew the maps and the meta and the strat. That fast. Took me an afternoon, you know, to get there, you know. But this, it's like, you'll be playing bots anyway? Well, no, not exactly. No. The Battlefield pre-orders were kind of crazy. It was like the #1 sold game on Steam that day, that week. People went nuts. You know what I mean? James with a comment here. Make a promise, keep a promise, because people will remember and call BS. I agree with that. Vivi Plays says, do you think that there would be a complete edition of the game? I don't know what you mean by complete edition. I mean, do you mean like with all the DLC and stuff? I think they have that. There's like there's like 3 different versions, and I think one of them has like all of it, like a season pass and everything, you know what I mean? 420 Greenside, why haven't we had this problem in previous generations? You know, it's funny. In previous generations, you just had to buy the game again. Do you know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying that's right. I'm not saying which way is right. It's not about that anymore. It's about what was the expectations that you set to the consumer. Now, Microsoft, I think, forced the issue with backwards compatibility. Microsoft pushed out the idea that, like, if you bought the game on our platform, it is yours. You can always go back and play it. So backwards compatibility, I think, changed the narrative of the generational leap. It was like they changed the market's expectation. So this is not an issue of right and wrong. Was that the right way or is this the right way? It's not about that. The market and the expectation of the consumer has changed. So Sony could have chosen to be like, we're not going to do what Microsoft is doing. We're not going to. You got to rebuy the game. And it probably would not have gone over very well for them. It wouldn't have. Which is why the Horizon Forbidden West situation is just so bizarre to me. So bizarre. You've now sullied one of your flagship titles. We just had to find out that it's not landing winter of this year. That's a bummer. Now we're finding out that the pricing structure kind of sucks. You know, that's not very good. It's not good for the consumer and the consumer's perception. That's why games are so crappy now. I don't think games are crappy because people expect to buy it and bring it with them. I don't think so. No. Are PC games crappy because I can bring them with me to any PC with my Steam account? I don't think so. I think there's tons of great indie titles and PC titles that launch that I don't have to worry about leaving it behind if I upgrade in the future to a new PC or a new video card or something. So right now, the mentality of console players saying, if I buy the game on this console, it's mine. It will always come with me. So long as I am loyal to this platform, it will always come with me. I don't think that consumer expectation is harming the quality of video games. I don't. I think quality of video games is not necessarily going down. I think quality of video games has gone up significantly. Did you see the Demon Souls remastered? I mean, did you see God of War? Did you see Ghost of Tsushima? Like, I think quality of games is through the dadgum roof. You could go back in time 10 years and show people these games, they would be like, what? What is that? I don't agree with that idea. I don't think game quality is going down. I think you have bad examples of games, bad launches of games. You've got Anthems and Cyberpunks and Outriders in the mix. But for every Anthem and Cyberpunk and Outriders in the mix, there's a Death's Door little indie title that sells 100,000 copies. There's a Ghost of Tsushima. There's a, for every Anthem, for every Cyberpunk, there's a game on the other end that's amazing. Oh, the trailer for the game we were watching last night, Project Magnum. Yeah. I'm going to keep my eye on that game. Oh, yeah. Project Magnum. Looking kind of nice. Influenced by Final Fantasy Destiny. I saw Outriders influence. Maybe not influenced by Outriders, but similarities to Outriders. That game, Project Magnum, they need a new name because that name is awful. They need a much better name. Yeah, exactly, Butters. Project Magnum, you can't call it that, dude. People are like, am I buying a Trojan, contraceptive? Like, no. Can't call it that, dude. Visual quality's going up. But what do you mean visual quality's going up? The game quality's going up. I have never played a game like Ghost of Tsushima or Days Gone where I am so invested in the story and the characters. Oh, I'm in there, dude. I care. I've never played a game like that before in my life. What? It was like I got to be a samurai in a samurai miniseries. What's the game called? Project Magnum. Keep your eye on it, 30. I've continued to say that the greatest looter shooter still has not been made. The greatest looter shooter has not been made. Hellblade? Oh, I mean, Hellblade is in the same hemisphere as Ghost of Tsushima, but that's what I mean. That's the era that we're in now of games like Hellblade and Ghost of Tsushima. They're unbelievable. I never played a game like that growing up. I played games growing up like... Just be honest with yourself. Video games growing up were basically just like board games on your TV. Like, they were really, really fun, but they weren't, I don't know. There wasn't like Super Mario Brothers and Zelda didn't really give me an existential experience. Now, they were euphoric and amazing. I remember the Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. That game to me was monumentally different than anything I'd ever played before. I was like, no, this is so cool. There's a story, it's scary, there's rain, I gotta get in this castle. But that ain't the same as the experience I had in Hellblade or Ghost. It's not even close. It's like the difference between, I'm trying to think of an example. It's like the difference between when you first saw like a movie in the theater and movies that you see now, like an IMAX experience of like Avengers. It's just unbelievable, the difference. It's crazy, right? The opening shot of the trailer is like Destiny. Yeah, like the big ball coming down. Did you play RPGs growing up? My favorite RPG back then, I wasn't big on turn-based combat. My favorite RPG was Super Mario RPG. It was actually excellent. I enjoyed Final Fantasy VII, but it was just so big, I don't know if I ever finished it. I didn't have the endurance back then. Playing the original Turok, and yeah, games are light years better. Oh, yeah. Do we have enough people here to roll over to 400 likes? We're super close to 400 likes. If you haven't smashed the like button, if you haven't smashed the subscribe button, we'd appreciate you doing that this morning. If you're enjoying this talk show, it is safe for work, Monday through Friday. We're doing a talk show here on SNTR Gaming and Gameplay in the afternoon. Okay, that looks cool. You see what I'm saying, Mike? There's potential there. You and I both know we can boot that game up in a year or two, and it'll feel great, look great. That's never the question. Anthem looked great, felt great. They had bugs, but like 2 weeks, 3 weeks later, Anthem just looked great, felt great, right? And there's nothing there. No end game. There's a real pretty car with no engine. It's just a PlayStation game. That's the biggest problem with it, yeah. It's a PlayStation game. I love PlayStation, but when you see a looter shooter that you can play with other people and you're like, it's only on PlayStation, man, what a bummer. What a bummer. The first Last of Us was 2013 on the PS3. Oh, yeah, was it? Oh, it was. Yeah, that game was incredible. That game was ahead of its time, dude. Last of Us was nuts. It was so good. I want the guns of a Turok in a game, especially the Brain Smasher thing. Well, yeah, it was the Cerebral Bore. The Cerebral Bore. I remember that. Do you remember how awful split-screen Turok was for PvP? If I was in a room and I threw a grenade and it exploded, everyone's screen flashed and like had a frame drop. It was so awful. The minute we realized that, everyone trolled each other. Like, you're just constantly throwing grenades. It was like, dude, I'm going to have a seizure. Stop it. It'll be coming out on PS4, PS5, and PC. Oh, and PC? Okay. Time Splitters remake. There's a Time Splitters game coming. It was announced recently. Trailer looks great, but saying just on PlayStation's a big turnoff. All games like that need crossplay. Well, it sounds like it's going to be a PlayStation PC, so if it comes to PC, that'll be good, at least. I'm seeing Magnum will be released on all consoles. Oh, is it really? So what, is it going to be a timed exclusive thing? If it launches on all consoles, ooh, boy, give me looter shooters, man. We can do fun stuff with looter shooters as a community, content, discussions, like, dude, give me looter shooters, man. Project Mayhem PC, Xbox One, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, and PlayStation 4 release. Oh, okay. Well, but that's releases.com. Releases.com could have bad intel. I don't know. I watched a trailer, and that's not what it said at the end. PlayStation's a timed exclusive, I think. The trailer looks sick. It's got promise. Yeah. Listen, if anybody ever sees this and you're working on Project Mayhem, I will sign an NDA. I will work as a consultant. I will help you with endgame philosophy and endgame content loops. I swear to frick, that's the biggest problem. It always has been, and it always will be. Your game is beautiful. Your guns look dope. I want to play your game. But we all know the real test, the real medal, comes from, can you create an elastic endgame? Can you do it? I think your experiment is working because your stream is being suggested to me a lot more since you switched over instead of presents. You know what's funny? You say that, and our suggest is lower over here, which I kind of expected that, but our browse is higher. And I think sometimes if you're already subbed to me and then you click on a suggest, I don't know if that counts as a suggest. I think a lot of you guys are counting as a browse. 76% today came from browse. Like, you know what I mean? That's really, really high. I think the first time we streamed over here, what did we end up getting from browse? The first time we streamed over here, we got a 52% from browse. We're getting a 75% from browse. Like, that's a huge jump. I don't know. We're looking at it. Suggest doesn't count in a subscriber's feed. Yeah. So they're already giving us love. I think if we continue to do this, we'll get even better treatment. Yeah. Keep in mind you're being served to less people. Right. It's just gonna take time. I'm already happy with what we're seeing. The biggest question and the fear, like Creature's been like wringing his hands. The fear is membership. We need members to be maintained, whether you maintain on the other channel here or double dip. Whatever you decide to do, we need you to keep your membership. We really need people to subscribe over here as well, especially if they're going to interact with the content. If they're not going to interact with the content, that's totally fine. Like, we had people over on that other channel, and they like, I'm telling you right now, there's like 30 to 40,000 people over there that give zero fricks about me. They don't give a frick. All they wanted was Destiny, and I stopped giving it to them. They don't care. They'll just stay subbed. Dead weight on the channel. Never click on a single dadgum video. Murdering that channel. Just like a growth. Like a nasty growth. It's like, just unsub. Seriously. Strip the channel down to like 20,000 subs, and then it would start to grow. But it's just chilling over there with 48,000 people that give not a single frick about me. It's so frustrating. It is so frustrating. I got half a mind to be like, here's a video that's like, this is my last Destiny video ever, and it's like, listen, if you're literally waiting and you're still subbed and that's what you're waiting for, I need you to unsub. You're murdering this channel. Like, You're actually taking money out of my pocket by just staying subbed and never engaging with any of my content. Like, you subbed because you love my Destiny hot takes, and if that's all you're going to interact with, you gotta unsub. You have to. You gotta go. You know what I mean? Go watch Astacross. I got nothing for you. We give a frick. No. If you guys are here, sure. That's a 48,000 sub channel that I begged and pleaded with all week to come over here and sub, and 800 people did. Now, a bunch of you were already subbed, so that makes sense, right? But roughly, 5,000 or 6,000 people are over here from that channel. 48,000, and like maybe 5,000 or 6,000 are like, yeah, we actually saw the video and we came over. That's part of the problem is so many people that are subbed over there, I think their accounts are just dead. They're just dead accounts. They're not even seeing the dadgum videos. I wish you could delete your characters. It'd send a huge message. I don't know if that's even possible. You know what I mean? I don't even know if that's possible. I can log into the website. I don't think you can delete anything there. Only a small percentage will watch and unsub. Yeah, I need like a maximum effect, explosive video to get anybody subbed to that channel to click and watch. That's what I need. I need a video to land and to actually get 50,000 views or more. Because I need all those subs to see it and be like, oh, well then sure, and unsub. The fact that the sub count over there has stabilized is incredibly discouraging. It's like, I need you people to leave. I need you to unsub. The autoplays on this channel since the shift are bouncing around to PS, Xbox, and IGN vids. On Presents, autoplay only played Presents vids. I wonder if that means anything. What? I don't understand what you mean, Barrier. Like when the video is over, it was only ever auto-playing Presents videos, and now it's bouncing you to like other like gaming channels? Is that what you're saying? How many would stay subbed out of spite because they're mad you don't cover Destiny? Yeah, maybe. All we gotta do is make a video about your first impressions of this season, and we just ban everybody that shows up. Yeah, that was Creature's idea. Do like, hey guys, we're gonna do a big stream, first impressions of Season of the Lost, and everybody that shows up, I'm like, frick you, you're banned. But that wouldn't work because you guys would show up just to see, like, what's going on. Oh. I enjoy your content regardless. Yeah, if you guys are here, I love the fact that we just came over here and we're getting the same turnout, the same numbers, the same everything. We thought we had about 20,000 people that were dead weight over there. It's much higher than that. It's about 40,000. About 40,000 of that sub base is like, we don't care about you, bro. We subbed to hear you talk about guns and bounties. And if you're not covering that, we're not clicking. But we're going to stay subbed just in case. We're going to stay subbed just in case. What's the ideal change here? Because paying $60 and getting the $79 version is not and was not ever going to happen. No, it was going to happen for those 3 games. They made that commitment for a couple of games just as like a goodwill gesture. It wasn't meant to stay that way. You know what I mean? I love watching you stream while I work, but you end the streams way too early now, so it's hard for me to join the stream. The morning show ends at 12:30, and we do gameplay around that time. I mean, I understand you're losing maybe 2 hours. I used to go until, 2 or 3 o'clock. Dude, gone are the days on Purple where I was streaming from the morning to dinner time. I can't friggin' do that. Like, come on. I can't. I'm sorry that it doesn't line up with your schedule. I really am. I love the support. But dude, I gotta have an actual life. Like, you wanna know why some of these big streamers are taking fat checks from YouTube? Because they want to stream less. They're tired of streaming 16 hours a day to stay ahead of the curve. Like, it's exhausting. It is absolutely exhausting. You know? That's why you diversify and you create other revenue streams like coffee and disc plates and shirts, because you're like, dude, I can't do that. There's no way. I'll die. It was more likely that it was going to be $60. They were never going to do a pricing differential. That's not the way they couch it in the blog, Eugene. They made it sound like that game was designed as a PS5 title. In their mind, they were thinking Miles Morales, Sackboy, and Horizon are PS5 titles, but we're going to let you play it on PS4. You know what I mean? Let's go to another question on the board here. Agent Atwood says, kind of off topic, do you believe that movies and video games will eventually be more similar in price due to the similar means of making them, as well as the time it takes to make them? If so, when? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, movies are catching up, aren't they? I mean, when you buy a movie when it launches, it's like $30 now, right? You go to Target and you got a brand new Blu-ray, it's like $29.99. I mean, movies are catching up, for sure. I remember when movies were like $15 to $20 when they would release. I worked at Best Buy. It was like, 15 to $20 for a release, and then a month or so later it dropped down to like $10. So I don't know. So 35 for 4. Oh, you guys are talking about something else. What do you mean price? Making them or the cost to us? I think he's saying that due to the similar means of making them, hiring really professional people, writers, blah blah blah, like, is the cost going to go up on movies to get closer to the cost of like when we buy a video game? I have the game installed on Xbox and on PC via Game Pass. Ideally, we play on PC as I don't have an audio mixer. When you play on PC, can you get it to work, Hilly? I couldn't get it to work. It said I needed an internet connection. It just kept glitching out. Right? It just kept glitching out. I opened up the Xbox Companion. Well, no, I opened up the Microsoft Store, and I went to the game, and I installed it, and I clicked play, and it was like, you need an internet connection. And I was like, I don't understand. What are you talking about? What do you mean I need an internet connection? I just installed the dadgum game. You know what I mean? We're going to play Surgeon Simulator tonight, and I was having problems with it. It would not let me play it. It wouldn't let me play it. It was like, it would just open, and it would say, you need an internet connection, right? SNTR Presents went down from 48.1 to 48K subs. We know that, Atwood. Like, I check the stats every day. I literally just said that. We haven't even lost that many subs over there. It's barely friggin' moved. Yours is working? Surgeon Simulator 2, access all areas, requires an active internet connection. Please connect to the internet and try again. I don't understand. It will not let me play this game on PC. It just pulls that error every time. I just want the stream to continue until 2. Well, we do gameplay. We do gameplay until like 2 or 3 in the afternoon. Delete and reinstall? Why would that solve it? I mean, I'll try it. Install on my devices. Oh, that's if I want to install it on like an Xbox. That's not what I need. Hang on. Cancel. It was already installed in Steam, so that may have caused a glitch. So let me go to programs. You might be right. Let me completely uninstall this. This product is installed. Hang on. Let me go to Surgeon Simulator in programs and uninstall it. Here we go. Uninstall. They're aware of an issue and a fix is coming, but why is it happening to me and not Hilly? You know what I'm saying? They're aware of the issue because like he's able to get in. I cannot even get in. Now if I go to the game, it should prompt me to install it again. Now it's not even giving me the option to install it. It just shows me Surgeon Simulator 2. Yeah, I can't even install it now. It just looks like this. It's just the top bar is like missing. You know what I'm saying? You see? Like the install bar is just like not there. Different internet protocols. He's in the UK. Yeah, I don't know, dude. Maybe I need to close the store and completely reopen it. It was installed on both Steam and it was installed in the store when I did it, so it's possible that caused some kind of a glitch, like, you know, maybe people were buying it and then being like, oh wait, I can go get it on Game Pass, and that's what they were all doing. Hang on, I have to turn on Windows Update or it won't work. It like won't let you download the game. Windows Update cannot be disabled. Install. I started the tutorial. The dude's arm is really long. Yeah, the controls, okay, it's installing again. The controls are really funky with a controller too. I think it's on purpose. I think you're supposed to be clumsy in that game or something. I don't know. Misery with a $5 tip. I'm happy to sub where you need. I miss my red badge when I move, but which channel do you need me the most? It does not matter to me. We are going to continue to do streams and premieres, and content is still going to happen on SNTR Presents. We just are moving the daily morning live show over here as well as gameplay because that's our central hub and that's our main show, and it was getting absolutely eviscerated on the other channel because the other channel's got 40,000 dead weight freeloader slacker Destiny only losers. Like, that's so mean. Well, it's true. Like, they don't give a frick. They're like, I'm not going to touch anything unless I see Destiny. 40,000 people over there that just are like, that's what I sub for. You know? All right, see you later, 30. So it's like, that was killing the main show. Like, we're coming over here and getting comparable numbers, and we can build off of that. You know, I can't build with 40,000 people crossing their arms at me. Like, I can't. You know? So, but I'll continue to put content over there. We'll continue to stream and do stuff over there because we think that's the right call. We think eventually the rudder will turn, right? We think the rudder will eventually turn, but it's just going to be super, super slow. That's harsh. They should give no fricks. It's hard. No, it's harsh and it's true. They should all unsub. Don't stay sub to a channel. If you sub to a channel because they're teaching you how to grow a vegetable garden, and they're like, you know what? Now we're gonna start focusing on flowers, right? We are done doing that. You should just unsub. There's no reason to stay sub to that channel. They're not giving you what you originally subbed for. You're just dead weight at that point. You're killing that channel. Sackboy for 60. The PS5 digital version included at no additional cost. Right, because it's listed along Miles Morales. It's Miles, Sackboy, and Horizon were all listed. 10K sub will be tough. Hard to make those 4K move here if they've not done so by now. We think if we do an official announcement over the weekend that they will potentially like make the jump. You know what I mean? We think that if we make an official move, you know, like say, hey, this channel's still going to get uploads, premieres, and streams, but like if you're looking for the live show, you're on the wrong dadgum channel, right? It's also Sackboy. Come on, I don't understand. So because it's a title you don't like, they have to abide by the promise. Because it's Sackboy and not Horizon Forbidden West, they don't have to keep their word. It's Sackboy. Come on with it. It's not an argument. You're just making a statement. It's Sackboy. Come on. Okay. Your point is? I sub for Destiny and I demand Destiny. I will cross my arms until it happens. That's right. Digging into your own thought process there. I love Sackboy. It's just it's all about the fact that they promised and they set an expectation. That's the core issue. You have a problem with Forbidden West doing the same thing that 2K and Call of Duty did. 2K and Call of Duty, as far as I know, didn't come out and make assurances to the consumer and then betray those assurances. So 2K and Call of Duty, somebody actually told me this morning, Creature, that you were wrong about this. They said that they had to dig to find it, but they went and paid $5 to upgrade their Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. They said that they were able to do it. They just had to dig to find it. I don't know about 2K, but again, the issue is You told people you're going to do something, and you didn't do it. T Mangrove with a brand new membership. Thanks so much for bringing your membership here. Doing a joystick. Right, but at pre-order, they did the same thing. But this isn't about the pre-order, creature. There's a frequently asked question that is literally saying something that is the exact opposite of what they said in a Sony blog post. This isn't about pre-ordering and being like, you can do this if you want, but later on the line, you don't have to. Battlefield 2042 is incoming, and if you buy the old version, you'll be stuck with the old version unless you buy the new version. Yeah, and I may be like, that's kind of crummy, but that's their choice, and they're setting the consumer expectation right now. And if that's how they want to do it, that's how they're doing it. In this situation, they said, these 3 particular games, you don't got to worry about that. MJ coming in with a membership. Guys, thanks so much. If you're bringing your membership here, some people are keeping memberships in both places. That is awesome. If we have the same number of members on both channels, if people are like, yeah, we'll just do a membership in both places, that's ridiculously dope. We don't expect that, but that is how we're keeping things going, is because of members. So seriously, thank you. Like, viewership will start to trend in the right direction. Channel growth will get there, but man, oh man, members are keeping the lights on. The consumer expectation right now is that the price should be the same for both. No, you're speaking for the consumer. The consumer never said that. If there are consumers saying that, that's not the argument that I've been making. No, it shouldn't be the same price for both. No. On these 3, yeah, they're granting you a free upgrade. They're like, well, we said it was going to be a free upgrade. But if there are consumers taking that and running wild with that and being like, oh, it should be the same price, 60 everywhere. I'm like, no, it shouldn't be. Dracus Pander coming in with a membership, dude. Thank you so much. Enjoy the joystick. That's the context of the blog post. Yeah, the context of the blog post is price differentials between the generations. And in this transitional period, we want you to know, here's some titles that are going to also land on PS4. And if you happen to buy these titles, you get a free upgrade. Like, that's the context of the blog post. There's going to be a price change. There's a transitional period here. We acknowledge that that's a tough thing, and we're going to do this. We're going to do this thing with this game here. You know? It's very unlikely you can hurt a channel by staying subbed. They wouldn't be telling you to sub. No, it's very damaging to a channel to sub and just immediately stop engaging with the content. It's incredibly damaging to the channel. Yes, it is. Lumberstone, thank you so much for the brand new membership. Enjoy the joystick. The double dip. The double dip. If 20,000 people sub to a channel and that guy decides to do something else and 18,000 people are like, I don't want to watch this crap, that's really bad for that channel. Now, that channel has to know what they're doing, right? When they choose to do that. I didn't choose to do this, right? Our hand was forced. I spent 6 years building a brand, largely based out of talking about a game. I was unjustly banned as a form of marked attack, targeted attack from the game. So then suddenly I'm like, hey, 48,000 people, I can't talk about the thing that I gathered you here for the last 6 years. Right? After 4 or 5 months of me saying that, if all those people had the sense that the Lord gave a goose, they would unsub and be like, well, then this channel's not for me anymore. But they don't do that because internet users typically don't do that sort of thing. They just passively let it go. They're like, oh, whatever. Whatever. That's the problem. Like, no one says, hey, unsub for my channel. No one says that, right? Subscribing is good because it tells YouTube this channel is growing, but staying sub without watching shows them that the channel is uninteresting or repetitive. Right. Yeah, the algorithm says, oh, that channel sucks. Right? That channel has 48,000 subs. And on average, it was getting, 6,000 to 7,000 people returning to the channel every single day. And now it's getting 4,000. And now it's getting 3,000. And now it's getting 2,000. What the frick is going on over there? And it slowly hurts the channel. Like a slow death. They basically stuck me with a blade in April, and we just slowly bled out over 4 months. And there was nothing we could do about it, right? Nothing we could do about it. It was like getting stuck with a blade and slowly bleeding out over 4 months and being like, I don't know why I'm so tired. Well, maybe I'll change my diet. Maybe I'll exercise more. Maybe I'll do this. Maybe I'll do that. And the whole time, it's like you feel tired and weak because you're bleeding out. You know what I mean? It's kind of unrealistic, no offense. No one goes over the channels they are sub to. I don't take offense. You think I'm going to take offense to you telling me what I just told to you? That's what people do. They don't pay attention. They're like, oh, I'm subbed to this channel. The video hit my feed. It's about Call of Duty. Pfft, I sub for Destiny. And they keep scrolling. They don't unsub, right? Now, large quantities of people were unsubbing, but not enough. I needed 30 to 40,000 people to say, you know what? This channel's just not for me. I needed that to happen. It'd have sucked, it'd have been painful, it'd have hurt, but then we would have had an opportunity to rebuild. But people don't do that. They open their phone. What's SNTR Presents talking about? What's Lono talking about? Oh, that, and they scroll right by. What's this guy talking about? And they scroll on by. That's what they do. This is an entire generation right here. Nope. Click. That right there is why people are not going to be like, oh, I need to actively go and unsub from this channel. There's nothing you can do about it. It stinks, but that's the reality. That's why it was so effective what they did. They knew what they were doing. They understand the industry. They get it. They knew if we take this game from him, it'll be a slow death. You can't recover. A channel that size. Now you get to like 100, 150,000, you can weather that storm. You have enough volume to kind of generate enough velocity on your daily uploads to be like, okay, we can maybe work with this. We can pivot to gaming, right? Like the gardening guy that pivoted to personal stuff, that's just too sharp. If he would have pivoted from like vegetable gardening to like flower gardening, he'd have probably been okay, you know. He's not wrong. The general population doesn't sub. I've got channels I've been subbed to since 2006 and 7, back in the early days of YouTube. I don't care enough to unsub. Yeah. And there's that attitude of like, you never know. They might say something that I like. You never know. They might say something that I want to see. And so you just stay sub. It's all about ratios. As long as you're holding on an active ratio, you're good. Right, and we just continue to slip and lose ratio because every time a new season started, every time there was an announcement, we would get hammered. You know what I mean? You need Mr. Beast to give you a shout out and you're set. Your product is unique. We need more visibility. I don't even need visibility or a bottle rocket of a shout out or that. No, I just need to do the work. I told my therapist last night, I said the reason I feel different is for 4 months we were trying to figure out what should we do, and we were just sliding backwards. And once we realized why, it's like I can come over here and I know, apply the trade, do the work, and it will come. It'll happen. You just got to do it. You got to dedicate yourself to it. And if you guys back it and support it, and you do the memberships and you buy the coffee and you support all the things, right? Then we'll be able to build. We will. I can't build a live show on that foundation over there. It's too destroyed. They nuked it, and then once we were rebuilding it, they nuked it again. It's too fractured. So, I know over here, with the amount of people that are tuning in and the amount of support that you guys bring every day, I'm like, we can do this. We're going to meet new people. We're going to be able to grow the community. We're going to be able to do something special. Especially when some of the bigger titles drop, we're going to be in a great spot. Especially with YouTube investing in it. They're bringing big streamers. They're investing in gaming. There's really good features on the horizon that I got to see. Like, there are good things coming. We're in a better position here to capitalize on all that than we were over there. Now, in 2 years, if we keep uploading gameplay over there and doing streams with Hilly and maybe fun community events over on SNTR Presents, in 2 years, that channel will start to turn. I can't take the main show over there for 2 years and deal with that. It's demoralizing and it's counterproductive. It's counterproductive. The main show, the main stage show, you're watching it right now. That's our product. That's what we deliver. The spice, the fire, the yelling, the shouting, all that today, that's the show. And that needs to be put in. You got to get that in front of people. And it ain't going to happen over there. It ain't going to happen. We're already been meeting new people. Yeah, we've already met new people. We've had multiple people today say, I've never seen you before. You got suggested to me. I had a guy yesterday. He subbed, he joined, he bought coffee. That is all the proof I need. It's all the proof I need. It's like, that's exactly what we need. New folks that are like, this is kind of dope. It's a video game radio show, and people are nice, and the guy's not cussing every 2 seconds. This is great. I'm going to hang out here, you know? That's all we need. That's all we need. So, and we will be playing Ghost of Tsushima Rivals very, very shortly. I need to take a quick break and go use the restroom. I'll give you the skinny on Rivals, and then we got to get that stream set up and show it to you. And then I have a premiere of Surgeon Simulator 2 over on the other channel, and Hilly and I will be playing Surgeon Simulator 2 over on the other channel tonight. That's the plan. I've got the game reinstalled, and I'm opening it right now. If that glitch happens, we may be able to play cross-play. You know what, Hilly? I bet you can play it on your PC, and I'll still be able to play with you. I bet. Because it'll be according to the Xbox friends list. No, we can't do From Friday. I'm meeting with a friend of mine this afternoon, so we only have time for Ghost of Tsushima. I am sorry for the fans of From Friday. It did get bumped because Ghost of Tsushima Rivals goes live today. Imori coming in. Thank you so much for ordering the coffee. I remember the tweet from the other day, and now doing a membership. Thank you so much, Imori. Appreciate that. I'm fairly certain, Hilly, if you can play on your PC, I can probably play on my Xbox Series X, and we can join up via the friends list. We may want to experiment with that before we go live, just to be sure. So, I'm going to hit some ads. I'll be right back. Smash like, smash subscribe, take the poll, order coffee, all the things. I'll be right back. This is heavy. The best spousal arguments are the familiar ones, aren't they? Why? Is that dinner for 4? That's what I said. I said, what is this? A 7-course meal? It's like heavy. And my wife's like, is it not enough? She's like, you complain I feed you like a bird and you're hungry, because some days she doesn't give me enough. Like I come up at dinner, I'm like, I'm gonna fall over. You gave me like a sandwich and a cracker. What food did you steal? Oh, you know what I need to do? I need to make sure I can do the new thing in Ghost before we switch over. There might be an update. Another one, maybe. Hang on. How do you check for updates? Isn't there a way to do that? I always forget how to do this with these games. Manage game content. I mean, energy bar to sponsor you. We worked with Neo Bar all that time, but that was a long time ago, wasn't it? Okay, that's where that cord is. If I need it, which I probably will end up needing it. I'm not seeing any updates. It's supposed to be Rivals, but I think it's in Legends. Yeah, Rivals is in there right now. In the Realm of the Dead, I can play. Yeah. Okay. Okay. It's showing still locked. You may need to like reboot or something, because I got an update this morning. Robert, I'll put your question up. I'm going to try and quickly go through everybody's questions that's submitted. Robert says, people can fly, don't know their sales numbers. It sounds like a personal problem. Is that a case for other devs? You eat well in Discord too? Brad, you can just admit that there's something else going on here. You can just admit it, you know. I won't tell anybody. Eating's like one of your things, right? Like women in video games. He said, "All right, settle down." I can hear your voice. I can hear the scold. You just like it. You watch. What are those videos called where people eat? What is that? What is it called? Holy moly, that video did well, creature. Gee, purrs. Mukbang. See, that just sounds awful. Like, that does not sound like that. You listened to a lady eat pickles once and I was in heaven? Yeah, pickles have a good sound. Have you ever seen the hot pickle video? Queen Blackwell or whatever her name is? She's hysterical. She's hysterical. I think she's getting into like modeling and stuff too. She's beautiful, but she is funny. Holy moly, her comedic timing. Oh, she's funny. I really like her. I think she's so funny. Her hot pickle video is how she became famous. She's like super well known, super followed, like her Instagram, her Twitter, her YouTube. It's pronounced mukbang. It's a big Korean trend. It's weird because I saw a guy doing it once with like noodles. I saw a guy doing it once with noodles and I kind of got it. I was like, there was something about the movement and the precision and the sound, but I was just kind of like, this isn't for me. I developed an understanding for like, okay, I can kind of see why this is a thing, but it didn't, like, a good ASMR video will give me like a sense of calm and like tingles and like relaxation, but the mukbang did not do that for me. I was like, I can see why people kind of dig this, but it doesn't do anything for me. Soldier coming in, renewing and getting a blue badge. Thank you so much. Okay, let's do another question. Ashen, might be better as an AMA question. Talking with my friends, and I'd love your take on this as well. What should one expect from an expansion? A fully priced $60 addition to a game? More of the same? Is it fair for players like myself to expect refinement and additions to systems? Oh, man. I don't think... Did I skip you, Robert? People can... Oh, they don't know their sales numbers. It sounds like a personal problem. Is that the case for other devs? I actually don't know the answer to this. I'm sorry. I thought I said that out loud. I must have thought it. I don't know why they don't know their sales numbers, and I don't know if that's an industry standard. I am sorry. That may be something that the publishers find out first. It may be something that they get reported on after so many quarters or something. I actually don't know why they don't know, and I don't know if that's an industry standard. Sorry. I'm sorry for skipping you. I wish I had a better answer for you. For Ashen's question, what I want to say is, not all expansions or additive content is the same. It's not. So I don't think you can create a standard that you want to universally apply. There's a giant difference between No Man's Sky Frontiers and a DLC, the Frozen Wests or whatever it was called in Horizon Zero Dawn, right? They're not the same. They're not the same in size, in substance. They don't have the same intention. So when they sold that DLC in Horizon Zero Dawn, I don't think it's fair to say you should have had refinement and additions to the systems and the graphics and everything else, like what No Man's Sky did with Frontiers. I mean, one's paid for and the other isn't. You see what I mean? What I would say to you is your expectations should only be if you're going to spend money, allow the developers to set your expectations and then make a judgment call. It's $20. What do I get? You get a new stick in the game, a grass skirt, and one mission. I'm not spending $20 on that. That sounds stupid, right? So when they outline what you're getting, as long as they do that, then you're an informed consumer. You make the judgment call, and then that's the end of the matter. We make the case that Game Pass is bad based off of that. Maybe I was speaking too strongly. I think in specific situations, Game Pass is not good for AAA titles to have their launch week also be on Game Pass. I just don't think so. Unless their monetization structure can flourish underneath it. Do you see, like, oh, well, if the funnel is full of an extra 5 million players, do you know how much more money we're probably going to make? Out of 5 million, what? If 50 to 100,000 spend money in the store, in the micro store, we're golden, right? Battlefield showed off some more stuff today. Okay. Christopher says, will you be playing Kena Bridge of Spirits when it comes out? Yes, I will. Smashville. What do you think is worse, this or games that charge full price, then a battle pass for all the gear, then another 20 for cosmetics and a pay-to-win gun? How many games are doing this, though? What game is doing this? What game is selling full price, then selling a battle pass for all the gear, and then doing 20s for cosmetics, and then doing a pay-to-win gun? Who's doing this? Call of Duty. Okay. You got one game as an example. I don't know. They're selling pay-to-win guns. Is the only you only get gear if you buy the battle pass? Is that how it works? I don't play it. I'm asking. Destiny, don't make me defend Destiny. Destiny doesn't do that. What up, Cheeks? What up, homie? Okay, if Call of Duty does it every season, you found like a bad example in the industry, okay? That doesn't have anything to do with the situation, though. Right? It's like if you're beating somebody up in an alley, and you're like, yeah, but there's a guy 2 blocks over committing a murder. Okay, you're still beating somebody up in an alley. There still should be consequences for that. So, like, in this situation with Horizon Forbidden West, if I think it's wrong, I'm not suddenly like, well, it's not as bad as that over there, so who cares? Like, what? It doesn't have anything to do with the situation. If Call of Duty's doing that every season, then yeah, that's pretty bad, but they've got consumers that are supporting it. So what are you going to do? How are you going to stop it? FIFA, Madden, all these games have willing consumer bases. So that's part of the problem is like you can rail and shout to the skies, but it's like they have a willing consumer base. Wouldn't they be kind of dumb to not do it if people are willing to do it? I open up a water bar and I sell water to people. It's literally tap water. You want a medium or a large? I'll take a large. All right, it'll be $10. You could go in there and scream and yell, this is stupid, this is dumb, you're charging for water. And I'd be like, people are paying. I'm not going to shut down because you're angry. Supply and demand, baby. Supply and demand. I'm down here on the beach. It's hot. And people are paying me money hand over fist for a cool glass of water. You can shout, scream, and make a picket sign. Doesn't matter. The market is determining what I can do. They're talking about gun prints, blueprints, which is the debate we had before. You can unlock and level up the gun for free. And let me guess, by the time you upgrade it for free, the natural way, by the time you do that, it gets nerfed. Right? I wouldn't say those are willing. It's abused, and they have no choice when it comes to the sports games. I don't know. No one's forcing you to like and play the game. You just not play it. You just move on. You know? I don't know if I like that statement. They're choosing to do it. I don't have to like it. I'm not saying it's good. I'm not saying it's right, but no one forced them to buy it. No one forces them to continue to play. No one forces them to fall into the trap of feeling like I got to buy to compete, because competing is what matters. They've created their own value system that says that that's a good thing and a worthy thing, and nobody made them do that. Nobody's forcing you to buy the PS5 version of Forbidden West, but it sure is problematic. It's only problematic because of expectations set by the company. I have no problem with paying for the upgrade for other games that are doing it, the $10 upgrade. I have no problem with that, because the expectation has been set. This situation is not about the money. It's about sending a message. It's not about the money. It isn't. Because I was fine with the extra $10 optional for Ghost of Tsushima, I was fine for the $10 if you're upgrading to something from PS4 to PS5. This one is about expectations. It's not about the money. If you're thinking it's about the money, then you're looking at the wrong thing. My controller now, I'm just sitting here. Bob Lee asks the last question for the day: is the live stream officially moving to this awesome channel? We will make official announcements over the weekend, and yes, I can unofficially tell you that yes, we will be moving the live stream here, but you do not need to unsub or unmember or any of that, because that channel will continue to get content. You only need to unsub to that channel if you're not going to support it. Boy, we needed that win for the updates channel, didn't we, Creature? We need that wing. Holy moly. That clone drone short took off. I saw that this morning. That's exciting. Well, Tapman video's doing better. If we could just get those to cross over to 1K. I did a 6-minute this morning, so I'll just give it to you instead of putting it there. Creature says, I'd rather play a pay-to-win game than a free-to-play game. Oh, frick, man. You are smart, but you are odd. I think this is the best move, says Deadly Dad. It was always a little bit weird when halfway through the day your live stream switched over to another channel. We stopped doing that a couple months ago, though, Deadly Dad Gaming. We were doing the talk show and gameplay over there. I'm unmembered on Presents and might unsubscribe, since it seems everything I love is coming here. I really mean this. Please only stay subscribed over there if you're going to continue to consume the content. The little short gameplay videos, I have a premiere of Surgeon Simulator, okay? I'll be live streaming with Hilly tonight over there. Please only stay subscribed over there if you're going to consume the content. If you're literally going to stay subscribed to that channel and never watch a single video, you're killing me. I want to earn my red badge over there and unmember. You can keep your membership over there, Robert, because whenever you watch a premiere, there's a chat and people can see your badge. Whenever I stream with Hilly, people can see your badge. If we do community streams over there with Halo or Battlefield, like fun tournaments and stuff, you'll be over there with your badge, right? So you just need to hear me say this. Like, I don't care where your membership is, just please keep the membership. Maybe consider upgrading. We need the support, okay? But what I mean when I say this is, please do not stay subscribed to SNTR Presents if you're going to literally watch nothing that we're doing over there. That's not helpful. If you're like, I'm going to stay subscribed because that helps Lono, and you never watch a premiere and you never watch a Hilly stream, you're one of the people hurting the channel. I mean that with love. It's just the way that it works. Give me 1 second here. We gotta get this Ghost stream set up. Excuse me. I try to be really mindful of what comes through the microphone. You know what I mean? Some people are like belching, and I try to sniff less, clear my throat less. You know what I mean? Some people, it's like, dadgum. You know people can hear you, right? You know people can hear you, right? They're just like, like, all that. It's just too much, chat. Do. My wife and I beat all the base levels with 3 stars on Overcooked 2. And now we're working our way through the DLC stuff. And people are like, "Oh, the DLC levels. You can't get 3 stars on some of them." We haven't run into that yet. It does seem like you have to get a lot more creative when you go to the DLC levels, though. That's for sure. Seems like you got to get a little bit more creative. A lot of throwing. You got to figure out what can you do and not move. Is there anything you can do and not actually move your character? Can you and your partner stay put? You know? Is that possible? Yo, Kyle Ludwig doing a tier 2. Thank you for doing a brand new membership and doing the tier 2. Greatly appreciate that. Very, very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Boom, 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 boom. I don't think I'm going to do a video on the... I was going to do a video on the Rivals thing. I was. But I'm not going to. Because it was... I don't know. Please subscribe to your YouTube channel. All right, hang on. Hang on. I hit the button to subscribe to your YouTube channel. There's a button... Oh, I misread. It doesn't say that. It said to it banned you. I get those two confused all the time. I'm sorry. It's just hard, you know. It's hard to read. It's isn't it, guys? It's just hard. It is tough to read. Oh. I think the water choke adds to the bit because it's like he even struggles with drinking water. It's a hard life, dude. It's just tough. It's just so tough being a man. You know? Looks at the camera, choke like, whoa. All right, let's get redirect set up. Customization. Redirect and save. I don't know why, but I honestly thought you were gonna sub to that guy's channel. Well, see, that means I sold it. That means I sold it, you know? I sold it. I sold the bit. It worked. That's part of it. You gotta sell people on the bit. Wait, what? What the frick just happened? If I click that? No, not yet. That was weird. Okay. There we go. Let's customize the channel. I'm going to give you guys a link of where we are headed. Live redirect should bring you with us, but it doesn't always work, okay? If it doesn't work, it will be the featured video on this channel. If you're watching on a TV or something and you need to go back to the main channel and refresh, it'll be the featured video. This is what we are doing. We're going to be checking out Ghost of Tsushima, the Rivals mode added to Legends. So even if you only come over and watch for 30 minutes or so, that's helpful. We're only going to do this for about an hour because I'm meeting with a friend of mine this afternoon. And then I have a premiere of Surgeon Simulator 2 over on SNTR Presents, and Hilly and I will be playing Surgeon Simulator 2 over on SNTR Presents tonight. So click the link, ride the redirect. I'll see you over there.